And we're live. Hello to everybody out there who normally expect sci-fi writers to be playing old school D&D. We're still going to be doing that tonight, but we're going to be doing it in the realm of Greyhawk. So tonight we are playing in support of Greyhawk Con, which was started by the community and pretty much run by Jay Scott, Lord Gazumba over on Twitch. And he's been very generous with his time to help us get set up for this and get ready to play. And we're going to run around the table and basically introduce everybody, starting with Sanook playing Fox. How you doing, sir?
I am doing good now that I'm not muted.
Nice.
I'll be playing Fox, a half-elf cleric fighter.
Nice. We have Sparky.
Yes, I will be playing a ranger today, level 3. I am distracted and totally not prepared for what's going on. I will be finding sand. It's an inside joke, but
I got nothing. We have Jalen playing Leona.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I'm playing a half-elf that's kind of a castery thief.
We love castery thieves.
And
we have
I'm married to that boomer.
We have JR, who is playing... Oh, God, it hurts to say it. Go ahead, JR. Tell him your name.
I am playing a half-orc fighter, John Spartan.
What the...
You need new material. Speaking of new material, we love and obsess over, rocking the Strange Company background, we have Chaos Actual, Nick Cole.
Thank you, guys, for having me on here. I'm going to be playing a fan favorite that broke James Ward, legendary 3M. And if you're a fan of the Galaxy's Edge universe and Savage Wars, you know him as Prometheus. And so we'll see what kind of trouble he gets up to today.
Right on. From across the pond, we have Bear playing Jackson.
Yeah, I'm a dwarf.
You're a little quiet. Say again. No, still quiet.
You're muted, Boomer.
No, I'm not. Rounds with
there you are.
And joining us last but not least, we have somebody coming in from a Facebook, a longtime fan. So why don't you introduce yourself and tell us why you love sci-fi writers playing old school D&D. And I think we broke her. She froze.
It happens.
No. Well, there she goes. And we'll bring her back. Oh. Yes.
Old School D&T is not on Twitch at the moment.
It should be.
I know.
I see what's going on. And now it's on Twitch.
Okay.
There we go. All right, we should be good.
I can't watch ourselves fail.
Right. And Beverly, why don't you introduce yourself real quick and tell us why you love sci-fi writers playing old school D&D.
Hey, I love you guys. Nuts, man. You guys are funny as hell.
Right on. And she'll be playing Naya tonight. And El Bear Zidente has come in on both Twitch and YouTube. Fantastic.
He's making sure everything works.
Right.
He's Mr. Dependable.
It's being dependable, man.
I will take it. Well, if you are a longtime fan, you know that Greyhawk is one of the great longtime campaigns that is out there for Dungeons and Dragons. It was next to Blackmore. It's one of the longest running continual campaigns that are out there. A lot of people playing in this, a lot of people enjoying it. And tonight we're just going to run some dice and run a game. So if you guys are ready, we're going to do this. So switching over.
Let's kill some PCs.
Let's what?
Let's kill some PCs.
You know that's going to happen. All right, so whoops, I'm making the stuff. There we go. So you guys are operating in the Celadon Forest when you get word through some of the various sources that you have that the Baroness of Woodwitch is looking to hire adventurers to find missing personnel vital to the region. Things get interesting with the Rangers of Stalwart Pines asking for the same. So you guys make your way over to a small logging village out in the Keladon Forest. And the Keladon Forest is a small region out in the Nyrond region of Greyhawk. So you guys kind of slip in, move around, and get to one of the fortresses just off one of the trade roads, and you see yourselves and multiple adventurers gathering as this cat right here rolls out. And he says, "Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, please your attention this way." What do you guys do?
I'm gonna turn my attention to that way, and I'm gonna like be that guy who goes and stands right at the front. You know, like when you get a class or something, it's like, you know, all the cool people like hang in the back and like take the back rows. But then I'm going to take the bold move of like standing right in front of this guy and making an uncomfortable level of eye contact.
So right there, then.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I'm going to stand about where I am.
So you're going to
Watching
invade
this
his personal
situation.
space too. I like
Yeah.
it.
So he says, he says, yes, that's fantastic. That is fantastic. Too close, too close. And he backs up a step. So
It is no space.
yeah. He says, as all of you have received word, we have been missing many personnel in the area, and the Baroness has put out a considerable bounty on recovering these men. I assume all of you are here for the bounty. And as he says that, this dude in like crazy knight armor, it's like field plate, it's shiny, highly polished. He's got the cool hair, the great weapons. He stands next to Prometheus, gives you the up and down, and as he folds his arms and looks all stately, he says, "Yes, we are here to seek your treasure, sir. Point us in the right direction so we may remedy your malady."
Oh,
I raise
God.
my hands. We would never be so crass as to be seeking treasure. I have heard of this Baroness's beauty and wisdom, and I have come to do noble service to her, not some mere scuppling out, skulking around through goblin trash looking for a copper or two. I come nobly, for I am indeed noble. A wanderer of many words, a searcher of many stars, conqueror of many worlds. Perhaps you've heard of me, Prometheus, and my legendary blade.
He says, Did you just insult me, sir?
No. Not
He
me.
never does that.
Yes, you've
Roll
never
for
done this.
initiative.
Flirts everything you
I
like.
haven't said anything that your mother hasn't said about you already.
He says, I feel insulted somehow.
Oh, then I beg your pardon. Take no offense. Just step back and let me arrange things, and we'll all be about our way.
He looks very confused, and he like looks back to his hirelings, who all look like capable soldiers, warriors, and he's just like, what just happened? So the guy at the head of the troop, tries to regain control of what you guys got going on, and he says, "Ladies, gentlemen, please, please, please." He goes, "We have lost many personnel over the last few weeks, and it is vital we get these people back. Loggers, patrolmen, rangers, all of these people gone missing without explanation."
Where have they gone missing?
He says most of it was down by Trialas River.
Right.
We haven't been able to, once we look at the river's edge, we cannot find any trace of them. Their footprints disappear at the river.
Disappear at the river's edge. Interesting. And so what are the rewards here and the offers? I mean, obviously for myself, I would just seek an audience with the Baroness so that I could compliment her on her amazing and well-told renowned assets. But my men here will want gold.
He says, for the prompt return or even, being able to lead a contingent of our men into recovery of our assets, we could be interested in parting with 100 gold per man plus the reconstitution of said men in the event of injury.
Okay, so if we lose somebody, if John Spartan gets killed, you'll bring him back to life.
That would be up to the Baroness and how convincing you are, sir.
Oh, I think she'll find that I can be quite convincing.
You need to get on this thing.
He says that will have to be something that you negotiate at that time. I would assume, but I would say moving to the Tremolos River would be your best opportunity for picking up the trail.
Perfect. Then we shall do. Then I'll turn to the knightly fellow or the plate fellow. My name is Prometheus. What is your name?
I am Conrad, and
Perhaps we should work together, Conrad.
He says, I hadn't considered that.
Well, I think great things of you. I've heard of your fabled renown and your shiny armor and your skulking men, and you're a force to be reckoned with, Conrad. I'm a tactical genius. Perhaps you've heard of me.
I must apologize. I have not.
Well,
how do you propose we put this together? I was going to hire one of the many stalwart rangers coming out of the Stalwart Pines for tracking. Unless you have a tracker, I'm sure I could. You lead us, and we can do some of the fighting.
We've got all of that. What we need is
I step forward and
he ranges, he tracks, he looks in people's windows late at night. He knows what's going on.
Yes, I do all those things very well.
You lose
Not
sand,
in a
you can
pervy
find
way.
it.
Not in a pervy way.
Only on Friday nights.
He says, well, none of you look like any of the ruffians I've had to track in the last few weeks.
Oh, are you a bounty hunter?
No, sir. I am a righter of wrongs, a doer of deeds, and a master.
I smell paladin.
I gotta go find my eyes. I just rolled off.
So he what do you call it? He says, but I believe working together might increase our chances of success.
Excellent. All right. Why don't we take the lead, and if we encounter any kind of attacking force, we'll be doing the tracking. You go ahead and counterattack that attacking force while we hold their attention. How does that sound?
I think that might work.
I'm a practical genius, obviously. All right. Tracker, track.
I can't wait to see this. All right. Hit it, Sparky.
What are we doing?
You should have some dice.
I roll percentile on that, do I not?
Correcto.
Okay.
So we have a ranger, but for the Twitch stream, we have a ranger. What else do we have? We have me, of course.
Prometheus, which defies explanation.
I defy class and explanation.
I rolled a 49.
We have a murder hobo.
Would that be John Smartin, the orcish murder hobo?
Yeah.
Good. And we have Naylan, who's an illusionist, and Sinekin is what? He's Fox.
I am a fighter cleric.
Sweet.
Some minor ability.
Okay.
I hope he can outfox people.
And Naya, what are you playing?
I'm an elf.
Sweet. I love the class of elf. That's always been my favorite.
Really, really short one, too.
Too many elves in this.
And Jackson, what are you? Are you playing
a dwarf cleric?
It's always the 6'8" guy who plays the dwarf. Always the 6'8".
Yep. That's great.
And the 5'3" is taller than the 6'8".
I'm 4'4".
Oh God.
Oh, I'm 5'5". I'm actually a mage thief combo.
Okay, I thought you were an illusionist, but
that was last time I played with you guys.
Okay.
So elves.
Yeah, that's when other people were telling her how to illusion.
Okay,
and she out-illusioned the illusions.
That's badass. All right, Sparky, take us in. Find these people in the river.
All right, so he makes a roll, and as he's going off, like kind of like walking in toward the woods, hacking his own trail. The guy who you guys have labeled a paladin says, "Excuse me, sir, the tracks are that way."
Oh,
I look
he
back-
does that. What he needs to do is he needs to get rid of all the tracks that aren't the tracks.
Yeah.
Total professional. He's been doing this for years. He
Yeah.
once tracked a wizard over an entire plane of glass using nothing but moisture and condensation. But you're a primitive from another area, so you wouldn't understand these highfalutin science concepts.
I look at him like, that's what you think. Keep poking around now.
He says, right, sir, right. And he like pats your back as you guys, walk away, as you start to walk through. Yeah, you follow the tracks down to the river. The river is fairly wide and breaks up into several tributaries as you guys, start approaching. Animals scatter at your approach, deer and other game that are common to the area, and also equate for a lot of the like the revenue in the area. So as you guys get to the river, you can see exactly what this guy is talking about. Even crossing the river, there she goes. So even crossing the river, there's once you reach the water, no tracks. It's just empty. So what are you gonna do?
Look for the sand.
That's the inside joke. I'll explain later. I would like to go across to the other side and look for any signs of anything of value, anything of interest.
All right, so you're gonna hit me with another tracking roll?
Yeah. Wow. 39.
39. Oh, so after 20, 30 minutes, the paladin keeps coming up to you, Nick, and is like, "Is this always take this long?"
It does.
He's very thorough.
I understand.
Rush excellence.
But I
Says-
have something perhaps I can do.
What is that, sir?
Hold on. And I hold aloft my mighty blade of Hollywood.
And he says, "What are we waiting for it to do, sir?"
Well, this is a fabled and intelligent sword from another world, and it can detect strange magics. So, Holly, get to detecting.
You hear in your head, "Oh dear, another boorish paladin. I just can't. Not
I
today.
know. But maybe he has some gems and we could take them.
I do love gems."
Does he have any gems? Can you tell if there's any gems?
Oh,
Does he have any magic?
he's carrying gems and quite a bit of magic.
Oh my gosh. Well, maybe I'll get the thief to steal them. If you tell me if you detect any magic on this river or what's going on here.
There is a presence close by, something very mystical and magical.
Where would it be located?
Across the river where the stumbling ranger is stumbling,
Okay. So we should stumble in his direction.
I would. It might
Okay.
make the most sense.
Okay. I'm going to bend down to the tiny little thief and I'm going to say, that guy has gems. You should steal them when he's not looking and give me some when you do.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to say, the sword advises me that we must cross the river and seek a mystical being.
Do you have access to this mystical being? Like, you know where he is already?
The sword gave me a general direction to go. And it would probably be time for you to take the lead and confront this mystical being.
I shall do that.
Yes, well, you are a knower of things spiritual. I'm just a lowly general.
He takes his spear that has, like his pennant on it. And he's got a squire that runs up that he then shoos away, who stands next to you and says, "Are you looking for a job with the master too?"
No.
The knight takes the spear and like uses it to plunge into the river so that he won't fall over in the rushing water. He gets across, walking up to you, Sparky, right as you find the trail.
Aha!
If you had to guess, you think that the somebody has wiped away the tracks, and it's an old scouting trick. They've used a combination of dead branches and piles of leaves dragged behind whatever they were pulling, with something heavy leaning on it to obscure the trail.
This is so much like my very first D&D session. I point this out to the rest of the party and try to follow this somewhat covered trail.
All right.
While we're crossing, I want to dip my left hand into some of the muck on the ground just to get it dirty.
Gotcha.
Continue crossing.
It's an Alona thing, right?
It'll have meaning.
All right. So do you guys all cross the river? The knight, Conrad, his retinue is crossing with him.
We shall cross.
All right.
Someone carry me. It's the river. It's deep.
I yell back, throw the dwarf!
Who's the tallest?
Yeah,
Someone
it's
right on
just
the
not
shoulder.
dwarf.
Let me see what my
We'll
strength
do
is.
London bridges and then give you upsies.
What's that?
I said we'll do London bridges and then give you upsies.
Upsies. All right. So it takes a little while for you guys to make your way across the river. It's not exactly like a small little stream. It's about abdomen, maybe in some cases chest or armpit deep, and it's very fast moving. After about 30, 45 minutes of negotiating, you guys follow a meandering trail as the ranger comes up to you and reports that he's found the ruins of an old, it looks like logging town with a strange tree in the center.
Does the sword think the tree is the mystical being?
I sense great power in the center of this town. And I think that, judging by our past performance, sending in the paladin and his people might make it easier for the thief to appropriate his gems.
All right. Good. Excellent. I shall approach Conrad.
He says, "Yes, my friend."
Apparently, that tree there is a strange and mystical being, but it is quite dangerous, and it might be a being of incredible evil.
I am not afraid
Now.
of those things.
Yes. Now, the sword says that the sword can cast a spell of great protection over you, which would allow you to speak with trees and confront them and make them even friendly to you.
That's awesome.
At this point, I'm gonna walk up to the paladin. My left hand, pat him on the back, say, "I'm really glad you're here. It makes me feel a lot more safe."
He says, "Thank you, Knight of the Woodlands. I appreciate your appreciation. You're good people."
We truly are. So shall the sword shall cast the great spell over you. Does anybody have an incredibly valuable gem on them? It's one of the components.
The paladin goes,
more powerful. I raise the sword of him over my head, and I'm waving it around over him and everything like that. If there is a great and powerful gem, this sword that we shall protect our friend Conrad. Does anybody have one?
the paladin says, "Well, yes, sir, I happen to have a very large gem."
You do?
You see one of his he's got what looks like a Kwai Chang Kane kind of guy standing in the back, and he's just like, ugh. So the paladin hands you what looks like a large fire opal.
Oh my gosh.
And he says, "Does this work?"
This shall. Is it magical of any sort?
He says, "No, but it is very valuable and would be easy to enchant."
Excellent. Perfect. All right. Thank you. Yes. This,
I'm over here.
and I'll attach it to the sword, into the sheath where the sword likes it. And I'm like, see how good I am to you?
She says, "There is no one better. In fact, I wouldn't even think of, after your death, finding some way to crawl into this paladin's hands. I think you've more than proven yourself today."
Shameless harlot. So I make a bunch of shit up and tell the paladin that he has magic powers to talk to trees now. I basically sing, because these people don't know English from the world where I come from. So I basically sing, never gonna give you up. And desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna
Oh my
say
God.
goodbye. And then
So then
you are protected now from evil trees.
the
And I
paladin
sheathe my blade.
walks past you guys,
I step
and you
back.
see this guy in all black armor with a black sword with red edges follow behind him.
Mhm.
He doesn't say anything. His face is fully helmeted, but he just walks behind him to kind of like act as a wingman as he's going forward. So, and the paladin, for all of his bluster, as he's moving forward, it looks like maybe he's sensing something about this tree, right? So
Don't worry, you're totally safe.
he turns back and he's like, as he keeps going, and then he gets to the tree after a few moments, and it looks like he is tiptoeing toward the thing, like please God no, please God no, please God no kind of deal. He gets to the tree and walks up into amid its branches and starts like rubbing the bark with his sword hand.
No.
Swords in the other hand, and he's like talking to it. The monk comes up to you, Prometheus, and he says, "Is this really necessary, sir?"
Oh, completely.
Yes.
That tree is a deadly enemy. If the great enchantments I have lain on him were not there, then pretty bad stuff. I tell you that.
He says, "So here's the thing. I've been traveling with this group for some time now.
Yes.
And unfortunately, the very large, rich dullard that you just sent forward,
Yes,
is luckier than anything I could equate with luck. So let's put it this way." And he holds up several pieces of gold, and he says, "I got 20 that says he makes it."
Well, I think he will. I mean, I have used my enchantment, one of my greatest, most powerful things. So I think he'll be fine. And if he's lucky, believe me, whatever story I've given him, it'll all work out. But everybody, I have a saying, and it's a really wise saying. Everybody's lucky until one day they aren't.
He says, "So I got 20 that says he makes it."
I'll take that bet. Who
I
has
lean over.
gold pieces?
I lean over like I'll put an arrow in his back to help this bet.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
he's not
but
lucky enough to
But
realize
I would say
his-
this. I like your wisdom and acumen to cut through what we call the bullshit. And so consider us simpatico, buddy.
He just, like he sits there, and and he nods, and then he hands you a flagon,
Sweet. I'll drink it.
While they're
and
doing
it is
that,
not water.
Sweet. Even better. Is it super whiskey?
No, it's wine. It's some sort of sweet wine, like a plum wine or something.
Excellent. Thank you.
Sparky, you were going to say?
no, I was going to ask to use my infravision to watch the tree, and do I notice anything?
The infravision, it is bright daylight out, so it's not working.
I thought the little copse where the tree was dark.
Say again?
I thought where the tree was, it had been a little bit of an overshadowed effect.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. So you guys are standing there. He's rubbing the tree, like talking to it.
He fancies himself a tree whisperer now.
I think he's crazy.
This is going to be good.
Why
I
would you
take a
talk with
drink from my
tree?
flask.
So it looks like something slaps him, and he steps back with his hands like up, dropping his sword and stumbling back like he's just tripped over roots or something like that.
Yeah, lady tree.
He jerks the other way as though he gets hit again, and he falls over with two arrows sticking straight out of his chest plate. and he's screaming at the top of his lungs, and he's like, "The tree bit me! The tree bit me! You said it wouldn't bite me, but it bit me!" And he's like creeping back as that like Black Knight dude goes forward and grabs his cloak to starting to pull him back.
I yell at him. It's like, clearly you touched it in a way you shouldn't have, you idiot.
He touched the tree's no place.
Yep. Show me on the dice roll where the bad tree touched you.
Touched its acorns.
So, the what do you call it? The monk who had wagered with you. He says, "Oh, not again." He just slaps the money in your hand and starts running forward. Meanwhile, from behind these fallen trees, and behind this wall, you get 4 archers that start spreading out, and they put 2 more arrows into him. One of them, he was sitting up, and he's like, "The armor held! The armor held!" And it pierces through his cheek. Almost like a bit and bridle of a horse, and he's like, he starts screaming, and as the Black Knight starts to pick him up to like push him in front of him so that the knight can act, he absorbs another arrow like just in the abdomen where the armor doesn't cover. So he's taken quite a few shots, and now he's like, "The armor held, the magic work." Who's rolling for initiative?
Can we, Naylin, would you roll for initiative for us? You seem like an honest person.
You don't know or no, wait, what?
Excuse you. Don't make me roll a 1 and backstab you.
I got a 5.
Roll a 1.
I'm assuming it's a D20.
Hold on 1 second. All right, try speak now.
Okay, I'm assuming it's a
There
D20.
it is. All right, what'd you get?
I'm making sure I'm rolling a D20.
Go ahead. Yep, roll a D20.
It's a 13.
13.
That's great.
Beverly, just you're feeding back, right? So when it's your turn to talk, go ahead and unmute yourself. But just until that time, go ahead and mute.
No problem.
All right. So there we go. All right. So he takes a bunch of arrows, gets pin-cushioned. All right. So, Fox, what are you doing?
I shall. Let's see.
Now, for those spellcasters in the group, if you are a mage and have magic powers versus a cleric that has divine powers, you are capable of casting more than just is on your list. You just have to push, and in order to push, you have to make a saving throw. If you make the saving throw, you can cast this. You can cast a spell that you have memorized again. If you do not make the saving throw, you will lose a point of Constitution for an hour.
That's a great mechanic.
So it's like you're pushing yourself to refuel that fire that launched that magic.
Yeah.
But if you don't make it, you suffer. You know, the magic feeds back.
Like when it's Taco Tuesday at Slapfish Taco, you order in Huntington Beach, which is Freedom Tacos in California. Slapfish, really great place. Big shout out. And you order 6 fish tacos, but by 4 fish tacos, you really ordered too many fish tacos. But you just push those 2 tacos in.
Does it ever feed back on you?
There's a little feedback. A lot of cabbage, very cleansing.
All right, go ahead, Fox.
All right. Am I able to see the people that pin-cushioned Fancy Pants?
Yeah, you can see them. They're climbing. They're all climbing forward over all the debris. So you can see 4 of them ahead of this rock wall right here, right? And then you got another rock wall here, fallen debris, the tree right here, and then way back you can see another guy kind of like holding position.
All right. Would I be able to cast Dust Devil right between the tree and the log that's
Right here?
Yeah, right about there. Just trying to block their vision so they can't.
I think that's a great idea.
Can't shoot.
You do it?
Yes.
All right. So you start chanting. You reach down, grab a whole fistful of dirt, and just kind of like side sling it. As you speak, the dirt kind of gets caught in a mini whirlwind. It picks up more dirt from the ground, forms into like a face, like from the Mummy movies. It roars in anger as it moves past the tree and just starts obscuring all their vision. Now, just keep in mind, it's obscuring your vision too. So while they can't really fire arrows at you through it, you're going to have a hard time attacking them as well. So, Sparky.
Thanks, cleric. So, are there any of them I can actually have a decent beat on to get a bow shot on them?
What kind of shot?
Arrow shot.
Oh, yeah. So you got this guy right here was kind of on the edge.
Okay.
Right. So he's a little bit on the edge, but you're right here. So you're going to have to move.
Yeah, I think I'll move up to about where that log is in that wall. Maybe keep a little bit of cover, maybe.
Right there.
And I'll send an arrow his way.
All right. Go for it.
I rolled a unadjusted 14.
That hits. And what do you have, a longbow?
I have a short bow, actually.
Short bow? 1 to 6 for damage.
Yes, look at my sheet. 4.
All right, so he manages to get away from kind of like a little bit of the dust. He pulls out an arrow, starts to pull back, and he catches it right in the upper clavicle, part of his neck. There's a huge gout of blood that comes up, and he turns away from you, kind of like trying to cough so that he can breathe. Prometheus.
I'm going to use all my movement to run to that tree that's kind of X-shaped. And I would assume that the one closest to me, the one log, is kind of laying over the top of the other one. So it's kind of probably rising.
You're coming up right here?
Well, I'm gonna run as fast as I can, and I'm gonna run up that tree bark. Well,
right here.
Well, one more over, like just that the beginning of that X, right there. Nope, back here.
Oh, right here.
To the leftmost trunk. Yeah. And I'm going to run up that while singing the theme song from Willow. And I'm going to and I'm going to jump over these two dudes, flourish my sword, and then go after the leader.
Oh, this guy in the back.
Yeah.
I love it. 1, 2, 3. Yes, you can make it. If you give me a dexterity roll, I'll let you make it without a penalty.
Okay.
Prometheus
rolls a 2 on an 18 dexterity.
What was it?
I roll a 2 on an 18 dexterity.
Oh yeah. You're all that in the back. All right, give me an attack roll as you land right next to this guy.
I roll an 13.
13.
13, not an 18, a 13, but it could have been an 18.
So you are
get a white marker.
You're specialized with the weapon, so you get +1 for that. You also have a +1 weapon, so there's another +1 for that. So yeah, you definitely hit this guy. Give me some damage.
All right. D8 for a longsword, 7 + 1 is 8.
Ooh. Let's see. And I just want to check something real quick. Let's see. You also get another +1 to hit and damage for your strength.
Okay, so now we're at 9.
Nice. So you jump up, come up, and just like impale this dude. He was like raises up his bow as though he were going to try and use the bow itself to stop you. You run the blade over the bow, hitting it straight into his clavicle and using your body weight as you descend to ride the blade all the way down until you feel the tip hit his hip.
Man, that is so Prometheus.
He's just like he croaks as though he's just like swallowed a chicken bone, and he's just he's gagging. And you right as the quinlines of the sword hit his clavicle, it's like the hilt is right there, and like splitting your eyes as you stare him right in the face. That brings us to John Spartan, even though it hurts my soul to say that.
You know you like that name.
We'll call him
All right.
Sparty.
So I'm gonna pull my take my short bow and aim at the whatever I've got a line of sight.
All right, you're going to be a -4 as you aim into the Dust Devil, and whatever you do, do not miss.
-4 on the attack or -4 on the actual shot when I hit.
Yeah, -4 on the attack roll.
Oh
I got a
god.
natural 20.
A
So I got
natural 20.
Yeah.
All right, that works.
JR
Give
sold
me-
some of these dice.
It's because I got the awesome dice that Walt convinced me to buy.
You are a master and a chief of rolling dice.
For my attack, I got a 5 out of a D6.
Uh-oh.
Walt froze. He
Uh-oh.
broke his brain with the natural
There we
20.
go.
Oh,
I'm back.
I was about to take over. And a dragon descends upon the field of battle.
That was weird.
Roll initiative.
Well, the cool thing about your face freezing, Walt, is you froze in a completely like nice position. Most people freeze like, and it was like for a moment we just thought you were like relishing. You know?
Yeah, like Grandpa DM.
Yeah, but you didn't freeze in the position.
Whoa, that makes your teeth look weird. Look, it makes them look like you have holes in them. Oh my god, Nick's from Arkansas.
He's got a gold grill. It's fine.
Oh my god.
They roll differently in California.
So yeah,
When I go into the witness relocation program, I'm totally going to get a grill. Or
nice.
I'll become a warlord of California.
Now, is it going to be a gold or like a metallic grill, or
No,
are
he's
you going to
going
go
platinum.
like Will Smith's kid?
I think I'm going for full gold. I'm going to go total MS-13.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice. How's your Spanish?
not very good. Oh, look at the one eye.
Yes.
What the hell is wrong with me? There you go.
Yes.
Dear.
Oh my God.
You should probably
41
see a
minutes. I'm
doctor about
clipping it.
that.
That's awesome. All right.
Oh.
So you get a natural 20. Give me a percentage roll.
Oh, okay. I got a 50.
50. All right. It hits him dead in the chest, kind of like sternum dead in the chest. He takes a step back. He looks pretty badly hurt. And he kind of disappears into the dust storm that's going on. They're all choking and like hacking up from it. Luckily, Prometheus jumped past it. Naylin.
See.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Okay, I haven't decided.
Stab him in the face.
Okay. Well, the problem is I don't know which one's me.
Let's see. Where are you?
Exactly.
Yep.
She's everywhere
Everywhere.
and nowhere.
I will. Oh, there you are. Nope. That's Naya. Hold on. I got you somewhere. Go for it. What are you gonna do? You're in this gaggle right here somewhere.
So is that dust storm still up where it's blocking the view of all of them?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to, since of where the positioning I am, I'm going to blend into the shadows so I can secretly move my position somewhere else for better aim.
All right. So where are you gonna go? Are you gonna go toward like the side?
Probably towards the right, since Prometheus went to the left, so we can flank on both sides.
Gotcha.
I believe it's a percentage of.
Yep. It should be right on the second sheet.
20%. Great. I rolled a 3%.
Oh, nice. Dear God, vanish into the shadows. Craziness.
Poof.
Oh, I thought it was above. Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, so you basically you like dematerialize, disappearing into the shadows, and start making your way around to the right. There we go. All right. That brings us to, and we're going to come back to you at the end of the turn because you're kind of like in movement phase when everything's going on. Jackson, what are you doing?
I'm going to move up behind Kane in case I have to lay hands on him.
Whoa.
Are you expecting?
Whoa.
It's It's probably going to happen at some point. Oh God.
All right, Naya, Beverly, what are we doing?
Okay, how many people are left? Because I got distracted while I was getting my ride.
Yeah, there's two of them.
Okay, can I put both of them out with sleep?
Oh yeah, because you don't need to see.
Okay, let's knock them out then.
All right, they're gonna try a saving throw. That one. All right, so you stand forward. You kind of like curl your fingers and then breathe into your hand. You blow through your fingers, and it becomes like smoke that wafts through your fingers, and then like tendrils of ghosts kind of pass by that weird looking tree and get caught into the dust devil. And at that point, those two other dudes that are left, they fall over unconscious. Let's see. All right, so everybody seems to be down. You got one guy in the corner that's like hacking up blood and doing his very best to try and take another breath. Prometheus, you're trying to pull your sword out of this dude. And then you got the paladin dude who's just like, doing his best to try and breathe. What are you guys doing?
I'm going to search the body of the dude I just knifed.
I'm going to try to navigate around that tree and secure the unconscious prisoners.
All right, so the tree.
I don't trust it.
You shouldn't. The tree looks like at one point it was healthy. Like this might have been a failed logging camp at one point, and this might have been a healthy tree. At some point, this large, strange-looking gem. It almost looks like a giant bit of amber. Hit the top of the tree, and knocked off all of the leaves and stuff like that, making it sickly looking. But it's all this weird looking spidery moss that's on the trees that it looks really sticky, really kind of crazy looking. Somebody was in a wind tunnel. But yeah, so it's really creepy looking as you guys walk past it, and you go to secure these two guys over here that are now asleep.
Yeah. And then I'm going to search their bodies.
All right. So
I was not aware that it was a gem on top of the tree.
Yeah. It looks like some sort of a clear yellowish gemstone. But it's pulsing.
How high up is it?
Maybe like 10, 15 feet.
What does the sword think about the gem?
She's like, a little big. I don't think it'll go with my decor.
Could you absorb its power?
I could probably. She goes, but I don't like its taste. It tastes funny.
Well, we don't want that.
She says, might even be responsible for what these men were doing.
Attacking?
I think so. Look at their clothing, dear. Look at their clothing.
So, I look at their clothing.
So as you're kind of like rifling through and picking his pockets and stuff like that, you find like a letter of marque. The guy that you're searching is one of the Stewart's Pines Rangers.
Aha.
So while he's talking to his sword, I'd like to ready my grappling hook and prepare for a throw.
All right. But yeah, these guys, same thing. All these guys appear to have been cadets of Starwart Pines who were hoping for an apprenticeship to be rangers.
And then they're suddenly serving the tree and attacking people.
They came out of, all you know is they came out of this fissure in this broken wall and started launching arrows at you guys.
Okay.
So as you're kind of searching things, and he's readying his grappling hook. They have standard swords, some long swords, nothing too extravagant. You could probably get some gold for it. They're each carrying 10 gold pieces
Dibs.
in the equivalent money, and field gear, rations, that kind of stuff. As you're kind of like picking through their gear, Rich Paladin dude comes up and says, "Prometheus, good friend, I
Yes,
see you have negotiated the obstacle."
I have. Yes, and you have an arrow in your face.
He says, "No, it's got," and he like pulls it from his face and drops it down, and he says, "Oh my god, that's so disturbing!" And the holes start closing.
That's amazing. You're truly a powerful being.
It's a
He
miracle.
says-
Hallelujah. As I mock
He
him.
says, "It is the gods above, Saint Cuthbert himself, who blesses me."
And of course, my powerful swell worked by the magic sword.
Had it not, it could have
Been
maybe
so much worse.
cut off my hand, and then I'd be in real trouble.
Exactly. Cutting off your head is the secret to your power, is what you're saying.
He says, "No, not my hand, my head, my hand, good sir,
Oh, because you the Cuthbert, your hand.
my hand." Yes, absolutely.
What would happen if that happened?
I might have died.
Oh wow, incredible. Well, we can't have that because you're the hero here.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yes.
He says, "So what are we doing now?"
Well, it seems that these men are rangers, cadets, and that they fell under the sway of that evil tree over there who has that pulsing magic gem that we should get. You should
I
go
have
get
a solution.
Yes.
My grappling hook. We will pull it down, and the paladin can bless it.
Yes.
He says, "I think that's a fine idea." And this cat here in the red robes says, "No, don't do that. That is a stupid idea."
Those are my best kind.
Well, I'm going. I don't know who you are, sir. Who are you?
I am Ethereal, and it is my presence, my power, my skills are to tell you, don't do that. You don't know what that stone are gonna do.
So you're a wizard of some sort.
I am a wizard of this sort, sir.
Well, here we are in this ruined logging camp, and there's an evil tree there with an aberrant gem, and these rangers who are usually all about the forest, correct me if I'm wrong, are attacking us. It seems that things are unnatural, and if we put one and one together, if we find another unnatural thing, then perhaps that explains what's going on. And so it would seem to me that the gem is somehow responsible for all this evil.
Then maybe we should have the paladin take his power and dispel the evil.
I think that's what we just said. He should get the gem. And then you were all, no, I have dark and knowledgeable secrets that you do not know. Basically, you just agreed with me, Ethereal. You might want to look at that. Maybe that's why you're not so popular with the other wizards. Think about it.
Wait. He adopts the same face that the paladin has. He goes, you know what they say about me? What they be saying about me?
Well, it's just jealousy. Look at you.
They said something about your mother too.
You're an Adonis of a man.
He says, the other guys, they don't like you, but you not have a bed.
No, I'm really not. I tell people like it is. I'm a people person. That's the problem.
You might be right. The next time we go anywhere, you talk to the wizards for me. You make them see I'm a good person.
Well, I can cast a spell of wizard friendliness on you if you wish with my powerful sword.
You can do that?
Yeah, it makes people who are wizards like you more.
Huh. Go figure.
Would you like me to cast it on you? I can.
Wait till later. We want to make sure that we all make it out of this. And we don't want you to waste your power for the sword anytime soon.
Okay.
Okay. Let's. We should probably. We'll go. You go ahead. You talk to the guy. You make him do that thing.
All right. I go to Conrad, and
Yep.
I say, Etherio advises you to go and grasp the gem, and then to dispel its magic if you can. If you can, I told him that you could. I could cast a spell of magical strength on you if you want me to.
I would. The last one worked so well. I would love this.
Yes. Then I draw my sword, and I begin to sing. You put the boom, boom in. Oh, wait. Does anybody have a very expensive or possibly even magical gem which shall protect the mighty Conrad against the terrible, explosive, utterly world-destroying, soul-ripping powers of the gem that I sense coming?
I might have a gem.
A magical gem of great power?
The one that could be magicked.
All right.
He's like, wow, this has been an expensive trip. He hands you the gem.
See what I do for you, Hollywood? You put the boom, boom into my brain, and then my heart starts doing the same. Na 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 na. Huzzah, Kazam!
What are you doing?
5 times more powerful than here. Shake my hand.
He shakes your hand.
Oh my God! Lent, you are a thief. You are Hercules.
He says, I never knew. John, you were doing something with your grappling hook?
The wizard advised against it, so I am waiting to see what we.
He's just twirling it.
So I'm still just twirling it around.
I go to John Spartan and I go, he's the grappling hook. Work smarter, not harder, orc.
I'm gonna stay in the shadows and whittle him a bigger wand, because maybe then the wizards will like him more too.
All right, so you guys, you guys are doing your thing, and he starts to raise his hands, but they don't go past here because of all the armor.
Wait, I go to the monk. Double or nothing.
He goes, okay.
All right.
He holds up a platinum piece.
Sweet. Does anybody have a platinum piece?
He goes, well, you could just use all the gold you got from me last time.
That's it. I will use that. That's what I'll use. I'm new to this world. I don't understand your money. Where I come from, we have credit cards and cocaine.
I don't know what these things are, but I'll take you on your word. And then he sits there and he's like, let's see, any moment now. Yep, there it is. You see the paladin hopping in the armor. All you hear is it sounds like spurs hitting the ground.
Clink, clink, clink.
The guy in the black armor comes up, climbs the tree, jams his sword under the gem, and uses it like a lever to pry the gem out until it hits the ground.
I go to the monk and I go, so what's the deal with the Black Knight?
So have you figured out the deal with the paladin yet?
I think that he seems to be the avatar of Cuthbert, and he's dumb and rich, and he's been heavily magicked, and all of you have been hired to protect him.
You're close.
Okay.
So his lord, the majestic idiot, has delusions of grandeur where he believes he is on a great quest by St. Cuthbert to save the realm.
Yes.
His father, seeing as his Lord Majesty, the idiot, is insistent on this, has hired all of us to indulge his fantasy and protect him. The Black Knight, we've never seen him without his armor. We've never seen his face. And we know that he is dangerous, more dangerous than all of us combined.
Yeah,
he actually earns his money every day.
Every day. Yeah, I get it. And I get it. And also, hats off. You guys are brilliant. If I could have figured out this scam, I'd have done it.
He says, well, normally we do, rescuing damsels from towers, where it's they just lost the key and we have to kick down a door. There was that one dragon in the south who his therapist had gone missing or something. We didn't ask. And it wasn't really a dragon. It was some sort of giant lizard that they were using to pry money out of the town. It in a nutshell, we normally don't do real gigs.
This is feeling very real, and there's every chance that he's probably going to get killed.
Well, luckily, he wasn't telling oh, there it is. And just as he's about to give you this nugget of wisdom, the guy touches the amber stone, and it's about the size of like a big basketball or a beach ball. He touches it, and it shoots him into the wall. He goes rigid like a board and then falls over. His armor is smoking as though he's just taken like 100,000 volts for a good 3 minutes. The wizard goes over and like starts patting the flames of his cloak catching on fire. He goes, yeah, shit. He puts the platinum piece in your hand. Yeah, I don't know what he just tried to do, but yeah, this is not going well for him.
Well, at least we figured out one thing: don't touch the gem.
So after a few minutes of Naya's sleep spell wears off, and one of the Tide Rangers comes through. He comes to, excuse me. So this guy right here.
Okay. We should interrogate him.
That's what I was thinking. Good morning, sleepyhead. I poke him. I tip him my boot.
He wakes up and he looks at you as though he can't see you. And when you talk, he's like looking around as though he can't see you. His eyes have a greenish blue ring around the outside.
Is this like anything I've ever seen in all my years of rangering and peeping in windows? And
no, you're not familiar with any kind of poison effect or effect of fungus or anything like that would cause this.
I summon our clerics and wizards. Maybe they know.
Yeah, it looks magical.
This is above my pay scale.
All right. What do you guys? Who comes up and who comes up to assist?
I will come up and see if it is anything remotely
Have you ever seen anything like this?
that my meager skills can ascertain what's going on.
It looks like some sort of suggestion spell. If you had to kind of guess, something like divine power, something like command or hold person, just on a really mass scale.
Anybody dispel it?
Little mage.
He comes up. He comes running. He's like, "You calling me? What's up?"
Not you.
Could you dispel this nonsense?
I was talking to the short mage.
Oh,
The shorter mage.
to Leona and Naya, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, did my camera just die again? There we go.
We don't judge.
Thank you. I have to look at my sheet and it's in the phone, so you'll have to give me a moment. I do have burning hands, which might convince them to talk.
We are cool.
Can I burn them?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, I have spell burning hands, and I think that will convince somebody faster.
Yeah, you don't. They're asking if you got a spell to dispel it, not so much to send it to the grave.
Okay.
They're kind of out of it.
Okay, give me right back.
All right.
All right. So
I do like her willingness to torture, though. I approve.
We're here for war, Kenny.
All right. Anybody else?
I'm going to bend down next to the paladin and see if he's okay while asking the sword to detect magic items on him.
His armor is magic.
Okay.
The cloak is magic, and as the fire goes out, the cloak starts restitching itself.
Okay, cool.
He's wearing a golden circlet on his head. That's heavily magicked.
Okay.
And something under his gauntlet is magic.
Something under his gauntlet, like a ring.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, cool. And is he kind of knocked out, lights out, or how's he?
Oh
doing?
yeah. Like he rode the lightning and it just went 7 shades of stupid.
Sweet. Okay. I will genuinely and honestly attempt to revive him and make sure that his heart is beating.
Yeah, he wakes up.
Good.
He's like, I did the spell work again?
The spell worked again, and I feel that you have been given some sort of divine revelation we must discuss. You chanted strange mysteries of the deeper universe.
Oh my God. Can you relay these mysteries to me, sir?
I believe that I can, but first let's get you upright and get you fed and get you some water. You're not ready to handle you clearly were communing with the gods.
I tried to dispel the evil, to will the evil out of the stone, and the next thing I knew, you were pounding on my chest.
Well, I think that you went into the realms of Cuthbert himself and received great revelations, and you came back crying how unworthy you were to serve such a mighty and fine deity, and that it was time that you take the next step up the path, that you uplift, that you ascend. You felt that you had the answer.
He starts crying. He hugs you and puts his head on your shoulder and like sobs into your shoulder. You hear your sword, the intelligence sword, whisper into your mind, "Oh God, not again! If you get another marriage proposal, this is just no."
Everybody loves me.
What are you guys doing with the guy you're interrogating?
Waiting to see if somebody can cast dispel magic.
I'm poking him in the face.
You're poking him in the face, like with what? Your finger?
I hope so.
He
I
jumps
use the
every
hammer.
time you do it, but it looks like he can't see you.
I
I
speak
keep
to
doing
it.
it because I'm an asshole.
I ask it, can you hear me?
He says, "Yes, I can hear you,
Oh, okay.
but you're not the voice that was there before."
No, I'm a better voice. Who are you?
I'm a candidate to the Stalwart Pines. I was supposed to start my training. 2 days ago.
What's the last thing that you remember?
Showing up to Stalwart Pines to start my training.
Oh boy, we just killed a bunch of cadets.
So the mage that Prometheus was talking to earlier, he comes up, he goes, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. Hey, listen,
Is he from Portagon?
he goes, I
Right,
might
wrong
be
game.
able to fix this, cast this spell and a boom boom out of the thing in his eyes.
Yes, do the boom boom.
I do the boom boom. You might want to back up, but just in case, I don't want to short a circuit. You back up.
No.
So
No.
Huh?
No.
He starts, like gesturing with his hands, and then he grinds up what looks like a piece of stone and powder in his hands. Raises his hand up, and it all catches fire, and he traces a symbol in the air. The halo around the man's eyes dissipates. And then he starts blinking, and he's like, "Oh my God, I can see. This is fantastic. He goes, "Oh my God!" And he puts his hand over his mouth as he sees a couple of his friends are dead.
Sorry about that.
One of the guys has multiple arrows in his neck. He's just died. The guy that was in the back, Prometheus, has his foot on the guy's neck and is trying to pry the sword out of the guy's clavicle.
I reached down and pat him on the shoulder and I'm like, son, there were orcs. It was horrible, but we saved you from certain doom. We're sorry about your other friends.
Why is it always going to be the orcs?
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Because you're the assholes of everything.
Yes. They were a raiding band that penetrated deep into the north. Very strange.
I can't even imagine how this happened.
I can't either.
You were a hero, though. It's all good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna poke
You're
him in the
doing good,
face
son.
again just to make sure he can see me.
So as you guys are investigating, that stone is still like right here.
Question for
It's-
you, Mr. Dungeon Master: Is the
it's
sword
pulsing.
still stuck in the tree?
Oh, which sword?
The one that the great rich idiot had with him when he was trying to pry it out.
He
No,
dropped.
no,
I think he dropped it.
Yeah, he dropped it. It flew across
Okay.
the area with him.
Okay. Is
Uh,
the gem sitting on a branch that we could like shake it free without actually touching the gem?
It's on the ground.
The gem is on the
Yep.
ground now?
Yeah, we just don't know what to do about it.
Oh, I missed that it fell. Okay.
Maybe if we can put like protect evil on the paladin idiot and have him try to pick it up again, just so we can watch it again.
Uh,
I'll give you a gold coin if you could convince him to do it.
I mean, he's probably got protect evil, no different than me as a paladin.
Is he
So
a
what do you
paladin
do?
or does he just think he's a paladin?
Now there's the question.
That is the question. That is
So I walk up to Prometheus and I hand him a gold coin. I said, I bet you can't get him to do it again.
The monk is standing there and he's like, well, oh crap, I missed it. He goes, well, you know,
That would be cruel. I'm not
More the reason. More the reason.
unlike what Jim Ward said, I'm not that evil.
so the
but I
wizard
am, though.
the wizard from their camp comes up again and he says, this radiating very bad energy. It doesn't seem to be affecting us though.
Yeah. So the question is, where is everybody?
He goes, well, we found a bunch of them. The only problem is you guys
Yeah, we did kill them. Yeah, we're pretty lethal.
Do you need me to hide that a little bit?
Yeah, that'd probably help out.
Yeah, that'll help a little bit.
Let's clean stuff up. But the question is, okay, is the gem the source of it? Can you tell us, the magic user, or is there something else controlling the gem? Is the gem just a trap, or is it sentient?
It feels like you know how you get the what's the thing with the curtain and the guy with the sticks and the strings and the little puppet that dances.
Yeah.
He says, well, you know how you got the big string that holds all the weight, and then the little strings that move, like one the arm, one the leg. You know what I say?
Yes, the puppet master.
You know how the puppet it has like different strings. One string hold the body,
Right.
whole thing up.
Right.
Little strings move an arm, move a leg. You know what? You know this?
Yeah, I got no hands to tie me down.
Yeah.
There are no shoes on me.
He says, yeah, that without the singing.
Yeah.
He says, I think of the stone. This is stone, little string. I think I did a bigger string somewhere else.
So could we use this string to find the puppet master?
That probably do something.
How would we do that using the idiot?
Oh, you got to talk to the guy with the choppy.
The Black Knight.
No, the other guy. The guy who you've been betting with all day.
The monk.
Oh, the
Yeah,
monk.
yeah. He's really good at moving
Kung
that guy
Fu
around.
Kane.
Right, but using magic, can you figure out where the puppet master is if you see the gem? Like can you direct the energies? Can you feel which way? Like, who's the puppet master and how do we find him?
That's a good question. I don't really have the answer to that. You might want to get the guy who reads the tree leaves. He follow which, because they leaving the tracks.
Okay, cool. Sparky, track those tracks.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I start looking for tracks to start trekking on.
I take the paladin aside.
He says, thank you for looking out for me. My father will probably give you a good reward for all your mentorship.
I think that I have parsed what you spoke while you were communing with your god.
As you're saying this, behind him is the monk.
And what you just said there is the problem. You declared, you confessed, you had a confession. The confession, I think it will become a holy book someday when this is written. The confession of Conrad. And the confession was that you rely on the gifts of the world instead of your faith.
You're right.
And that is why you have not, that is why you are false. And you know you're false.
Says,
But your heart is right. You want to be true.
How do I correct this malady?
Shed yourselves of the things that are protecting you. And then with your faith, you will know.
Oh, TPK.
You will finally be able to have faith to become a true paladin.
He says,
I can myself and my men can hold your gear for you until
I'll
you've
help.
proven this test.
he like rips off the gauntlet on his right hand, and you can see this brilliantly glowing, carved engraved ring.
Sweet.
And he like looks at it, and just as he's going to pull it off, that Black Knight dude takes the gauntlet, slaps him in the face with it, puts the glove back on his hand, and pushes him away from you.
Okay. Well, that was what I wanted. I don't need armor and all this stuff. Well, your knight won't let you attain true faith, and this will be a problem for you in your confession. But perhaps we shall find a way for you to prove yourself to your god.
He's like, I still want to prove myself to my god. Sparky, did you start a tracking roll?
Yeah, I rolled a 29.
Oof. So yeah, you definitely pick up their trail. Start tracking some more.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my nose to the. No way, man, I'm not a dog. I'm gonna look for the signs and follow this trail until I can follow no more.
All right. So are you guys taking any of their gear?
Do they have
Are we
any
taking?
money?
There's 2 alive.
We probably ought to let them go.
Well, we get 100 for each.
Yeah.
And do you do anything to the stone? The magic user is indicating he really can't. He can't do anything about what it's doing.
The problem is if we take the stone with us, is it going to turn into a tracking beacon for whatever puppet master has control over it?
Well, we can't even pick it up.
Well, you can
Actually,
fashion sticks and rope to pick it up, but
I've got a fishing net on my.
Somebody hit it with a hammer.
poke it with a stick.
We can
hit it.
scoop it into a fishing net.
I'm sure the dwarf has a hammer.
I mean, we got to figure out if we want to take it with us and potentially become a target for this person, or leave it here and chance the gods.
It is
what happen.
It is
If
a
I
naughty
play-
stone. It should be hit with a hammer.
I've got a fishing net. We can let Conrad carry his burden for his book later when he's the saint. Of
I like
Comfort.
this.
Could do that.
Yes, Conrad. Yes, the foul, ugly thing has spoken wisdom. Take this net and loop it around that gem and drag it as a show of your faith to your god.
You are doing
He's-
penance.
He says, "I can do this."
Yes.
He goes, I can do this, right? And
You can.
the Black Knight is just standing there with his holding the pommel of his sword, and he shrugs. So he wraps he starts wrapping the netting around it, and you're gonna have him drag it.
Yep.
He says, "Good Ranger, lead me on to whatever greatness Saint Cuthbert will allow."
Yes, my lord. I will lead you into glory. And I continue tracking.
The monk walks by you, Prometheus. He goes, "This is yours." He's like, "This sucks."
Man, with this deal, we don't have to go in a dungeon. He's getting all kinds of loot.
I tell him like, listen, you should keep gambling with me because everybody gets away with everything until one day they don't.
He
And
says,
you could be around when I don't get away with it. I'll always bet all of this.
he says, I have an addiction to chance. He's like, so, and yeah, he's good for that. So you guys start leaving the exterior of the log camp. You start having to break trail. The trail, based on their track, they broke some of the trail, like used swords and stuff like that to break through. It gets really, really thick. You start hearing like less and less animal sounds as you guys are moving forward. It starts to become almost too quiet.
I have a bad feeling about this. Sued.
You continue forward.
How confined is the space if we were to be ambushed right now?
You have plenty of room. I mean, you just got to break trail because it's not like it's not like you're on a path, like a hiking path.
Right.
You're literally cutting your way through the trees to follow which way they came.
Okay.
I'm going to cautiously lead on.
All right. You get to what looks like an open trail. It starts to gradually get lighter and lighter until you're no longer cutting your way through, and you get into a trail that starts leading to what looks like a dilapidated fort on a hill.
I'm going to ask the magic user, do you sense any kind of puppet strings from the fort?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
good.
Pinocchio full effect over there.
All right, then. All right, then. I'm going to ask the sword Holly. I'm going to be like, do you detect any magic off that Black Knight dude?
She's like, old magic.
What does that mean?
There's the magic of today where
Right.
young kids dabble.
Yes.
And then there's what that man is carrying.
Okay. So like TikTok versus mixtape.
TikTok versus suitcase nuke.
Okay. All right. Well, that's going to really get in the way of me screwing that guy out of his ring.
She's like, I think you're going to need to figure out what makes him tick.
The Black Knight or the Conrad?
Oh, Conrad, we have figured 3 ways to Sunday, honey.
I've got that. Well, what? But yeah, that is interesting. What is it? Why is the Black Knight invested when everybody else is just here for the money?
So let's just take the armor.
Right.
She's like, I can feel that armor from here.
Right.
It's old magic. Like the kind of magic that was around before this realm was even conjured.
Is the Black Knight Cuthbert?
You can't hear any of this going on.
And you're an orc. You're dumb. In fact, I just say that because you need to hear it.
Oh my god.
Damn, I forgot he was a half orc. I should have blamed
I got
all
a
the death on
wisdom-
There's
him.
no such thing as a half orc. They're all orcs. They're all dumb, smelly, stupid, and the only good one I ever met was a dead one.
I'll see you here, good lad.
All they do is rape and pillage. We should
Yeah.
kill this one. We should sacrifice him.
So what do you do?
But we smoke a good meat.
We burn JR at the stake. Wait, what?
I turn to Conrad and I say, Conrad, the evil that we seek to cleanse that is causing all of this lies in yon fort. We need to make a battle plan.
He says, shall I drag my burden to it?
Well, I think so, but I need to know about our ability to attack.
I am a strident warrior. I will be more than happy to attack first.
Yes, and you shall lead our charge. What about your knight friend here? What's his deal?
He doesn't say a lot.
How did you acquire him? He seems most loyal.
He knows my dad.
So your dad sent him with you.
Yeah, I really didn't want him because he kind of upstages me all the time.
He does. He's quite capable. And perhaps when you spoke under the influence and were making your confession, perhaps it was not the armor. Perhaps it was him.
What? So you think he's influencing me?
I think that he is compromising your faith, because without your ability to expose yourself to true danger, then do you truly trust in your God?
I'm not gonna lie. He's really scary.
I seem scary. I'd like that.
And if he wanted me to put the glove back on, he probably had a good reason.
Sure, but that's keeping you from Cuthbert.
Oh, I see it all now.
See?
It's so clear.
I know. Your faith has never been truly tested.
He turns to you and he's like, "Here, you hold this."
What does he want me to hold?
He takes off the ring and gives it to you.
Okay.
He goes, "You didn't see this."
What does it do?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, it just glows.
Okay, sweet. I put it on.
Okay. Nothing happens that you know of.
Okay, cool. I'll hold this for you right here. Now, I hold up the sword and I go, eyes without a face, not no human grace. Your eyes with the sword says that you are on the path to faith in Cuthbert.
He's like, "I knew it."
I knew it too. You're so brilliant.
He starts walking up the path and he draws his sword, dropping the the bundle of the other stones so that it stays in the path.
Tactical point. You might want to keep dragging that gem. And if you get into battle, swing it around like a mace.
Or like a cockatrice.
Yeah.
He says,
I have experience with these.
He says, "But what about my shield?"
What about your, oh, no. Do you think, imagine the damage that gem's going to do if it hits anybody?
Okay, I understand.
And if you see another gem, hit that gem with that gem, and let's see what happens. And then I turn to the monk and I go.
He's like, "Fuck, I'm going to be broke." He says, "Fine."
And I'll be right here behind you with the Black Knight.
The Black Knight just kind of looks at you and then looks back at him and just walks forward, doesn't say anything, doesn't whatever, but stays close to him.
Man, that guy's an operator.
They start moving forward and they get to the top of the path leading into this broken fort. The out from behind one of the walls, a single man just steps into your path. He looks local, maybe like a woodsman or something like that, but he's carrying a two-handed sword and it looks old. Like this had probably sat on a wall for 100 years or so. But he's kind of standing in the way, blocking you guys moving forward. Beard, two-handed sword, wearing kind of leathers. He looks like a logger, but he's carrying the sword and he's got it on his shoulder, and you can see from where he's standing that his eyes are all bluish green like they were before.
I would say, Conrad, you have met the next champion and you must face him alone.
You send Conrad forward?
Yeah.
All right. He starts swinging the net with the stone. He whispers something to his sword and the sword catches fire.
Shit.
He starts to run forward. And as he does, this guy just drops the two-handed sword and Conrad just runs right into it. He's holding the, he stops swinging the thing and just he drops the sword, the flame goes out on the sword and he limply swings the net and the stone hits the dude it doesn't do anything because it was mostly net that hit him, and the guy just kicks him off into the ground, freeing him from the two-handed sword.
So Conrad runs forward and hits the dude. The guy drops his sword.
Yeah, so basically like an old boar hunt where they used to just lift the spears and let the boar impale themselves.
Right.
Conrad was like, I am the champion of the...
Please tell me someone captured that for later.
I try not to laugh.
I
Conrad, are you okay, sir? I turn to the knight like, aren't you supposed to like rescue him now? Isn't that your jam?
As you say that, the knight turns to you and says, it's almost like a car passing by in the way that his voice is. He's like, it wouldn't be a problem if you had just not taken the ring.
Because you work for me now.
He says, that is up for debate.
Well, you might want to go kill that guy. I think that's a pretty good idea.
From where he's standing, he throws the sword that he's carrying, and it impales the man in his head. And the two-handed sword drops. The guy becomes rigid and just falls over.
That's a neat trick.
Sweet. Detect magic on that sword.
The two-handed sword?
Yeah.
It's actually magical.
Sweet. I announced to the party, hey, there's a magic sword over there.
It's a two-handed.
The knight looks to you and holds his hand out as though he's waiting to receive something.
While they're discussing that, I guess I'll go up and try to cure light wounds on the idiot.
On the idiot?
I'm going to secure the sword.
The two-handed sword?
Yeah.
I'm going to take out my flask and take a sip because this is getting really ridiculous.
The Black Knight is holding out his hand like, and what?
He says, if I have to take it from you, it will not go well.
No, I see that. I get that. And I'm cool with that because I want everything to work the way that it's supposed to work. But could you tell me what your deal is?
He holds up his finger, motions back away from himself, and the sword, like in a wet shuck sound, flies out of the guy's head and back into his hand. He turns back to you and he says, give me the ring.
I'm not going to draw a weapon. I'm going to step up behind Prometheus. Just in case.
You hear the monk behind you? Oh, snap, I'm getting paid.
Quick, somebody backstab the knight.
I will shuck the ring from my finger. And I will hold it.
So you, Fox casts a spell. He prays over the man. You see the kid's body get intertwined with all these vines and stuff like that. And when they pull back, a big portion of the hole is closed. It's not bleeding as much. The Black Knight puts the ring on his finger and stands over him. The what do you call it? The wound starts closing. Eventually it stops bleeding completely, and then it totally heals. He takes the ring off and returns it to you.
Cool.
And he says, maybe the idiot will learn a lesson.
See, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help everybody experience growth. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yes.
He says,
Prometheus is a self-help expert.
He says, but if it happens again, he goes, you bring the kid back.
To where?
To life.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Yeah, I can do that with this ring. Game to try. What else does the ring do?
He says, the ring is your payment should the boy make it out of this alive.
Oh, badass. He's going to live. Trust me.
He just turns around and just, without saying anything else, just walks over to the kid and just yanks him back up onto his feet.
Okay. I go to Conrad and I go, Conrad, that was great.
I met Cuthbert. I met Cuthbert.
See, am I right or what? Your journey of faith has led you to meet death where you ran into the thing that you believe in. See,
So the
totally above board.
The Black Knight is standing here kind of in between him and the body of the guy.
Yeah.
He takes an arrow in the neck.
Oops.
Or cadets.
He doesn't seem phased by it. He just looks more annoyed than anything else and continues to talk to Conrad.
I shall seek cover behind the knight.
All right. So you have walls here.
Okay.
You have walls here. If you drop down here, it's like an elevated road. And you have another one of those trees with a stone in it, but this time the tree isn't dead.
But what would happen if our gem touched that gem, Conrad?
He says, "Is Cuthbert going to bless me this time as well?"
Oh boy, is he.
Roll for initiative. I got a 3 because my dice hate me tonight.
I got a 14.
All right. You can see a bunch of archers moving into position in the far walls.
Do they look like the ones we faced in the logging camp?
Yes.
Oh, well.
Power on. Bluetooth parent. No.
All right. So we'll start with Fox. What are you doing?
Power on. Bluetooth pairing.
Let's see. One, did I use my Cure Light Wounds before the ring got put on that guy?
No.
Okay, good. I didn't want to waste it on him anyways. Let's see. We're waiting to see if Conrad will gem to gem currently.
I don't know. That's up to you guys.
And we've got all those guys.
Holy
over there.
shit.
So you got some archers up here. You got one right here. And then you got what looks like skirmishers with axes. They actually look like they're from the town that hired you. So these look like the Baroness's men.
Can we tell if they have the stuff going on with their eyes from this distance?
From that distance, no. But you got archers here around this wall. You got an archer right there that you can see. You can't see into this space, though you know it's there. And you guys are over here.
I'm going to take up position behind that wall where Prometheus is.
All right.
All right.
Are you going to this side?
Yeah, that'll work.
All right. So I would like to come up behind Fancy Pants. And
Yeah, hold on.
I'm going to tell him giving him my blessing.
Hold on. Go ahead.
But I'm actually casting Animal Friendship.
On.
Him.
You're casting animal.
So not really gonna do anything, but I'm telling him giving him my blessing.
So if you want to save the spell,
Just
you can
just wiggle your fingers in the air.
Well, I figured there might be some visual magicking, but that works.
All right. So you're gonna use your turn to ensorcel him.
I shall bless him with the blessing of Alona.
Are you actually using a bless spell?
No, because I don't have one.
Oh.
I'm just trying to encourage him to be brave in the face of these odds.
He's trying to give him a can-do attitude.
He says, "I have the blessings of Alona and the blessings of St. Cuthbert. I am truly blessed."
Now you must strike that gem with the gem you possess.
With all your might.
I will do so.
Yes, and I shall go with you, kind of.
Sparky.
Can I get any shots off at any of these guys without a penalty?
You can get a shot off to some of these guys. This guy keeps sticking his head out, but he's mostly undercover. You can try and hit him.
Yeah,
your best shots are going to be into here. So like these guys here, and then this dude right there.
I'll take one of the skirmishers in the middle group.
All right, go for it.
I rolled a 14.
14 with your bonuses is a hit. Give me damage.
Okay. 5.
So the guy is got like 2 hand axes in his hand, and he does this like epic thing where he stomps his foot forward in a forward fighting stance, clashes the axes together to like intercept the arrow, and the arrow passes underneath the handles and hits him just in the lung over where his heart is. He drops the axes, starts grabbing his heart as though he's going to fall over. That brings us to Leona.
Can you zoom out just a little?
Yes, I love zooming out.
Thank you.
So you're right here.
Right. So I'm wondering if I can. How far can I move in one turn and still do an action?
Right about here.
Okay, so I wouldn't be able to make it to the other wall corner then.
Like up in here?
Nope, down. The one down.
Right here?
Yep.
Oh yeah, you can make that.
Okay.
Yeah, you're closer to that actually.
Okay. Oh shoot, yeah, I'm way back there. Never mind. I'm gonna take a shot at the next front guy, just south of him. That's dead.
Just right here?
Yep, with my short bow.
Go for it.
Where's my d20?
Love those dice rolls.
18. I don't know what my modifiers are.
An 18?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna hit. Give me some damage.
1d6?
Yes, please. Sharp bow, right?
5.
All right. This guy does like this guy right here, right? He's like reaching up for his buddy to stand after he just got impaled by an arrow. And he points his axe at you like in this very grand gesture as though he's going to take you down. The axe actually intercepts part of the arrow. It skips and hits him in the cheek, ripping off his ear as it passes by. And he turns around screaming, dropping his axes. That goes to JR. That Handley guy. John Spartan.
You're muted,
while
Boom.
they're all doing
Hobo
that,
Man.
While they're all doing that and playing tiddlywinks, I'm going to do something I will probably not live to regret, but I'm going to cock my my arrow and I'm going to shoot the gem.
Whoa, hey, this is a family-friendly show.
This right here?
Yes. It is.
All right, go for it.
Yes, arrows are knocked, not cocked.
Oh, see? I learn something new every day.
Walt could probably correct me. Well,
you're actually correct. Arrows are knocked, not cocked.
Good to know. So no more cocking. What will a natural 1 get me?
well, let me tell you what you've won.
Roll a percentage.
No,
Make it a good one.
Let's have. Well, Naya is kind of having she's our guest, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's let Naya roll a percentage dice for JR.
Do you have a 2d10?
Nope.
Okay, I'll roll for you. I'll roll for you, Naya.
Make it a good one.
You rolled a 67.
9. Damn.
67 is all right. So that's JR right there. He's like, I will shoot this man and gain amazing renown. And as the string breaks, he falls off the cliff.
Prometheus would like to spend his action. Nelson laughing. Orcs are stupid.
Words were, oh shit!
JR, give me a saving throw, please.
Orcs are stupid.
What'll an 8 get me?
Hurt.
I think I broke my thoracic.
So as the string breaks, you're kind of like, whoa, and you kind of spread your arms out in both directions, which causes you to lose your balance and fall off. You tumble about 20 feet, hitting the rock face on the way down, and take 16 points of damage.
Let's ask. We have two paramedics. We have two paramedics, right? Yeah. Let's ask the paramedics how many times they've run into this injury and what it usually means.
He ain't walking.
At least you're not going to collect body parts off.
Do they always say like, "Is that my bone sticking through my leg?" It sure is.
Hey, now you go help him, and if he resists, knock his teeth out.
I mean, that's my usual. So
What's the funniest thing that coming up on a casualty? What was the funniest thing you've ever heard somebody say?
I mean, okay. After the fact, I had a guy on a motorcycle hit a sign going over 100, and on scene he amputated his leg, one of his arms, and lost his other leg later. And the funniest thing wasn't from the patient; it was from my partner. Because I found out a couple of days ago, he goes, "Yeah, you remember our patient?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I used to date his mom." I told him he should get the DNA test results and make sure it's not his kid.
Ooh, that's grim. That's rough.
So yeah, what do you got? 4 XP? 4 hit points left, JR.
Yeah.
I stabbed JR to put him out of his misery and take his loot.
The orc fell.
Oh my god! I cannot believe that just happened. Prometheus, please save me from myself.
No, I told you I used my action to laugh at the orc.
Oh god,
human too.
Jackson, what are you doing?
I guess someone has to save the orc, so I'm gonna jump down there. I'll probably land on him.
You're gonna slide
Break
down
some
the,
both bones.
slide down. You can slide down the hill safely, so that
Slide it, yeah. Surf
And,
it like Legolas.
Are you going to cast a spell or anything like that?
I'm going to use one of my Cure Light Wounds scrolls on him.
Okay, go for it. Roll a 1d8. Tell me what you get.
Which one is my? Oh, that's my 8.
Would it help if I levitated?
It's
him?
a 1!
If this were Tolkien D&D, this dwarf would be curing this orc with a knife.
That sounds like our
Pretty
bear.
much what's happening.
So yeah, yeah, he healed a whole bunch of damage except for that part when he fell on you and broke your other leg. Naya, what are you gonna do?
Would it help if I levitate him?
Back up.
Back up me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Our attack is turned into a rescue operation.
I mean, do we have anybody left to kill?
Oh yeah. There's plenty of bad guys who were getting ready to thunder hump you guys off the cliff.
Flaming spear help.
If you throw it at those guys.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that then.
All right. No. All right. So you cast that, and then so basically, what do you call it? You take a bit of sulfur in your hand and start, rubbing it around. You snap and do like one of those kind of things, and then this hand turns into a flaming ball. You pull the ball off of this fist and then roll it at them, almost like you're bowling. Now let's see. The front two guys who got hit already, they burst into flames. The guy that's next to him, he looks like he's going to try and push his buddies out. He tries to push these two guys out of the way. So these two guys get out of the way, and these three guys catch fire. Screaming, jumping around. It's not looking like a good scene.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
Right? Three of the archers have a bead on you guys. One of them shoots the Black Knight. The arrow hits his armor and just kind of wings off. What do you call it? Conrad is standing right behind him, feeling brave, noble, epic. He starts like swinging the what do you call it? The bag with the stone in it.
Yeah.
He gets hit in the arm that's swinging that thing. It pierces the forearm, and just like he grabs it in mid swing and epically, like almost like using a herder's or shepherd's sling, throws this thing. It hits the stone, and I need a saving throw from everybody.
Oh hell!
I fail my saving throw. Wait, no, is it above or below?
For a saving throw, you need above.
Oh,
what am I throwing against?
This one
Death.
is because that's important in this version. This one would be spells. You need for Prometheus, you would need a 15 or higher.
I rolled a 17.
Oh, you're good.
I think that passes.
17 as well.
All right. Naylin?
16.
JR. That guy.
He's dead. He's dead.
6.
6?
What kind of
It's
spell?
one above my XP. I was going it.
Naya, what's yours?
What kind of spell is it? Because
Magic.
I have protection from cantrips, but
Nope, it's nothing like that.
okay, then I don't have. Who wants to roll for me? Because I can't get to the die.
I've got it right here.
Okay.
I got a free.
You
free.
rolled
if
a
you want.
9.
This is where it gets weird. Bear?
15.
All right, so you're good. All right, so those that fail, you get this overwhelming sense of calm that falls over you, and you hear a soothing voice. It's going to be okay. Don't worry. We have you. We'll protect you. But first, you must protect us. The person next to you, turn to them, tell them you love them, and then stab them in the throat. So who was it who failed? It was JR, who has Bear next to him, and Naya, who is standing right next to Prometheus. So that brings us back to the top of the batting order. Fox. Sunoken.
You're muted, Boomer.
I haven't said anything yet.
He's thinking.
Am I seeing people like turning towards their fellow party members, about ready to profess their ever-dying love while killing them?
So you're standing right here, and Naya is right next to Prometheus, and she she gets this look on her face like, my friend, my home, my heart, snicked, and she pulls out a blade and starts angling toward his head. Same thing for down below, where you are. Where Jackson is. You see Jackson working on him, furiously casting to reset his leg, and John Spartan is reaching for a knife to stab him.
I shall cast
But he's an orc, and so that's just Tuesday for orcs.
Yeah. I shall cast Entanglement on Naya.
All right. The Naya, somebody roll for Naya. Give me a saving throw at a -2.
Clearly, you don't want me to roll for you tonight.
I rolled a 9.
All right. So Fox yells out several words, the language echoing in the canyon as though he were Prometheus on a loudspeaker in a stage of thousands. And all the vines and roots around the top of the trail come to life, wrap up her legs, and like secure her arms. That brings us to Kane.
I failed my saving throw, so
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
yeah, because I rolled a 1.
So right here,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
who's your buddy?
I blinked a couple times. I turned, and I let loose an arrow at 6.
A 6.
Yeah.
All right. So you hear down from across
I love
the wall,
you!
you hear
Wait, hold on.
Prometheus, I love you.
How
He pulls
does
back.
how does he get away, Walt? How does he get away with that compulsion to stab? Because the thing said stab, so shouldn't he be charging him to stab him?
Stabbing, archery is nothing more
I'm
than
still-
long distance stabbing.
I'm
Yep.
piercing
Fair
him.
point.
So
You're an orc and you're stupid. Shut up.
I'm trying to save your life, Prometheus.
No one cares, orc. Prometheus turns to Kane and says, "I love me too, friend."
you see the arrow pass by you as it goes over. JR, take a stab.
All right. I got a 12 for my attack roll.
Let's see. I
don't think that makes it.
Luckily, he's got really good armor. He's rocking some like seriously dwarven plate, and you're like, he's like trying to save your life, basically about to give you CPR, and you're just like,
Yay!
and he
Orcs finally getting some.
he gets hey, we got Lord Kazumba Jay, who's the host of Greyhawk thanking us for our participation. Thank you so much for allowing us to do this.
Yeah.
Man. We really appreciate it. So you look into his eyes, your tusks glistening with the blood coming out of your mouth, and you're like, I love you. And the dwarf is like, what?
The moment he says "I love you," I'll punch him in the face.
Man,
Reflex.
Walt,
He tells-
you've got to clip that.
What's
The moment
that?
he says "I love you," I punch him in the face. That
1
should
minute,
be everybody's ringtone forever.
1 hour 57 minutes. I got you. So the you feel like the dink of the knife aimed toward one of your vitals, but your armor had plates to deflect it. So you're just like, so go ahead and give me that roll.
I have an 18.
Oh,
Roll for
Yeah.
damage.
so you're just like, well, I could do this the easy way, and you like pick up a rock.
But
yeah.
ape no kill ape. Oh, it's a dwarf and an orc. Who cares?
It's natural. It's the circle of life.
See, in the end, D&D will do what it's supposed to do. Sorry, 5.5 people.
Oh my god. Beverly, what are we doing?
Well, I'm getting caught up in the jokes instead of paying attention. Sorry.
Well, that's what we do. We entertain.
I know.
The pains of life and our role
All right.
play.
So, am I still tied up?
Yes, you are still tied up.
Okay. And am I still encircled?
Yep, you are. Yep. Until next round when you get to make another saving throw.
Well, then I really can't do crap, can I?
Well, you try and escape. You may
Well, I
save-
mean,
you may
I
escape
could
the
try to
reading.
bite the vines off, I guess.
All right. Go ahead, make
Tomorrow
save.
someone's going to ask Beverly what she did, and she's like, well, I told this guy that I loved him and tried to stab him, but I was all tied up.
I rolled a 17 for her.
Oh, good
Oh.
lord!
Okay.
Of course, I'd get out of there.
So yeah, she wiggles out of the vines, manages to like pry herself loose, but that'll be her action for this round. As she like she's standing next to Prometheus, who turns to Kane and is like, "I know, I love me too." And then she's like he turns just in time to see her gnawing her way out of the vines, and he's just like,
Yeah, little halflings.
as that happens, what do you call it? Conrad puts his hand on Naya and tries to like heal her of the affliction.
Oh God.
This ends badly.
The Black Knight. I'm going to need another saving throw for Naya. The Black Knight kicks him down the path, and then utters the word "sleep."
Yeah.
Somebody, what'd she get?
1.
So she
Dude,
rips
I
through the
99.
vines.
that.
She rips through the vines, drops the vines. You see magical energies start to flare through her hands, and the Black Knight comes up and orders her to sleep, and she passes out. Across the courtyard, these guys back here are getting ready, and you see 2 more run up. It's like they came from behind this wall where you couldn't see. They get down. One stands up like in regular pose as though he's going to fire an arrow. The other one like drops to his knees and holds the bow sideways as though he's going to loose an arrow from that position. These guys get ready to run in when all of a sudden they start getting pelted with rocks, like flaming rocks dropping from the sky. It looks almost like hail on fire. They're getting pelted. They're getting pelted bad. These guys here look like they're the only ones protected. These guys are caught on fire and they're running away. These guys are like getting incidentally hit. Some of them are staying. Some of them are looking for cover. You hear from behind you, "That's right. That's how you do it. That is how I'm going to make you burn a baby." As that wizard from behind you is
burn a baby?
Is
Sorry.
You do what you got to do, you know.
Fox,
It's a
what do you
devil
do?
baby.
Fox, you're up.
And you're unfocused. You're unfocused, Sanokin.
It happens to the best of us. Oh,
He
Well,
died.
F you.
I'm out of here.
Alrighty.
Eat orange cream.
Yes, good things come in orange. Let's see.
So you're right here, right behind the village idiot posing as your leader.
Yes. Out of the guys being pelted, are any of them still in that general area without making it to cover?
So you got these guys are all getting hit in one form or fashion or another. These guys took the hits the worst.
Okay.
They're on fire and running, so they're getting out of here. These guys look completely protected, but it looks like the 2 guys that just showed up. It looks like they're going to run for cover, so probably back behind this wall.
I would like to take my longbow and shoot the gruntling, the front one right there. Yes.
Gotcha. Hit it.
I shoot the tree.
What did you get?
I got a 5.
Roll a d6 for me.
The trees are alive.
I got another 5.
Okay. Make another attack roll.
That would be an 18.
All right. So you're aiming at this guy. He's like running for cover. He's like almost like using the axes above his head to not get pelted again, because it looks like he took a couple of hits that are burning him. He looks up and sees you like go full Robin Hood, pull back the arrow on the string. You can feel the tension rising in the bow as you pull back. That dude ducks, and you hit the brother behind him. So he takes that hit. Go ahead and give me some damage.
That'd be a 6.
So you let loose that arrow. His buddy ducks and is like, "Oh hell no!" The guy behind him takes that kind of like right to the abdomen, and he falls onto the ground, just like curled up in the fetal position. Sparky,
Am I still under the spell?
yes, you are.
Okay. I'm going to drop my bow and draw that long sword that we took off the guy the Black Knight killed earlier.
Yep.
After Prometheus yelled, "I love you too," I'm going to scream, "I love you more," and charge him.
I love
him.
you more. All right, go for
And
it.
I roll a magnificent,
A what?
a magnificent 2.
He trips over his own 2 feet and stabs himself.
So he was like, I know, I love me too. And when that happens, he draws a blade and starts running. I love you more. And he's running straight at Prometheus. He like runs right into the Black Knight. Make a saving throw.
Oh hell!
You're screwed.
At 20.
Yeah, you trip and fall on your face. So now you're prone.
I
all right.
kissed the dirt.
That goes to Nayland.
You found your dirt.
Finally.
Oh, well, everybody else is having fun with our brethren. There's a lot of dudes over there.
It's raining men.
Hey, we're having a love fest over here. Don't judge us.
That's why I'm going to leave you two to have your love fest.
It's okay. It's 21st century.
Since I'm like literally under the booty of Conrad, can I like step kitty corner between the Black Knight and Prometheus and throw a flaming spear at that group of archers and X-Men that are left? To
Go
the
for
left.
it.
That down.
Oh, you're
Those
gonna go
ones.
here?
Yeah, that whole group. See what I can hit.
Hit it.
Survey says an 18. I don't know what my pluses are.
All right.
I can't find
Damage. They're gonna save. All right. So this guy in the front is like super lucky, right? So Fox dropped an arrow at him, and he ducked, and his buddy took the hit. Right? He like looks back, and he just starts running. It looks like he's gonna run around to here. As he gets to here and starts making the turn to cut back through this hole in the wall, you roll in that flaming spear, and it's the same kind of deal where you sit there, you crush sulfur in your hand, slap it on your other hand, which catches fire. You pull the fiery ball off and then roll it into them. Right? It goes bounding across the stone, leaving trails of fire, and he jumps over it. But these guys don't. So they catch fire. So they're being pelted above by these like small little meteors that are like burning them as they come in. And as they're seeking shelter, they catch on fire, these three, and just start screaming bloody murder. JR, you're hurt. We'll come back to you in a minute. Chaos Actual.
Did the gem ever connect with the gem in the tree?
Yes, you think that it's what caused your friends to suffer their little episodes.
So 2 positives didn't make a negative.
Not that you could see.
We shouldn't be killing all these people because we get cash for them.
Yes.
And then there's the gem there in the tree and still glowing and everything.
No, they stopped glowing.
Oh, they stopped glowing.
Once they did what they did, they stopped.
Okay, cool. But then everybody had these problems, and these guys are still under the influence.
Seems like it.
I tell the Black Knight to kill them all.
He gets really close to you, grabs Kane and presses down on him so that he can't get up. And he says, "Be wary, boy. Your request comes with significant cost."
Okay. And
he goes, "Done." And he stands up and just walks over there, and then you start hearing the murdering. That brings us to Jackson.
I'm going to leave the orc.
Are you coming back up the hill?
Yeah.
Are you going to do anything
I'm
else?
done with him.
You're
I can stay down there. I'm going to rejoin and see what's going on up there.
Lots of
best move you've ever made in your life. Getting rid of the orcs in your life is always a great day. It's like getting sober from whiskey.
I wish video cameras were invented so I could film his dwarf ass climbing that hill.
Naya, what are you doing? Oh wait, no, you're out too. Yeah. Yep. All right, so the Black Knight comes back with two of the archers. So these two guys right here, he walks back with. Everybody else is dead.
Okay.
He drops them at your feet, and he says, "For your reward."
Thank
you. Says, "But I am owed."
All right, we can do what methods of payment do you take? Stripe or Venmo or what?
He just walks away. Walks away and grabs. He breaks off the arrow that's in Conrad's arm.
Okay.
And he says, "Give me the ring."
How about I try this time?
He gestures.
All right. I take the ring and I go over to Conrad and I think, "You're healed." And I touch him. Well, maybe rubbing the ring.
Nope, nothing happens.
Does it have? I've used weapons with the sword knows stuff. Sword, how do I use this ring?
She goes, "Well, for most of recorded history, you have to put the ring on."
Okay, I have the ring on.
I mean, on him.
Oh, on him. Okay, I put the ring on him.
The arrow starts forcing its way out of his skin.
It's a ring of regeneration.
After a few minutes, the hole seals up, and he goes, "Oh my God! Normally it doesn't hurt that bad. I'm gonna be here. You take this. I'm gonna be sick." And he goes to walk away.
I take the ring and I put it back on. See, I look at the knight. See, I can do it.
Keep him alive.
You betcha, boss.
So yeah, you
gain any insight through the suffering and pain.
No one cares.
The only one suffering and in pain is you.
You deserve it. You're an orc.
Be fine.
So they eventually wake you guys up. Kane, you come out of it. Naya, you come out of it. Once they wake up, what do you call it? The monk walks over to John Spartan and gives him something to drink, which makes him feel better. You get 8 points back, JR.
But you have to crawl on your broken, scummy orc ankles.
But yeah, you got two of these rangers that, or ranger cadets rather, that are on the ground, tied up, and they're like, "So are we in trouble? I mean, because 1 minute we're in this fort, and then the next minute we're out here."
No, you're good. We've rescued you, but you do owe us a favor.
Okay. What happened?
Well, you were under the control of that tree there, and then you tried to kill us, and so we killed all your friends.
Wait, how can the tree make this under control?
Well, it has an evil gem in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I came out.
You guys have any memory of why that gem got there or how it got there?
No,
Yeah.
we didn't even know how we got here.
Where were you before this happened?
Stalwart Pines. We were all cadets. Well, except for the dead ones over there that are on fire and mangled.
Yes.
Why is that guy's head in 4 different places? Oh God!
Corpse.
Because we're pros, buddy. We're pros.
He says, the men with the axes. Those are the Baroness's guards.
Well, what we need to find out is who would do this to the Baroness.
I don't know. I mean, other than some of the other towns, there's really not. I mean, of course, there's some of the wild men, but I mean, like, how would the wild men who have nothing to offer anybody give? How would they be able to bribe anybody from Woodwitch? I mean, we're civilized.
Well, I don't think there was any bribery. I think they were using controlling magics. So who are these wild men? Are
Well,
they
I mean,
orcs?
like beast men. They
want us to, like the orc? Should we kill our orc? Would that help?
Well, nobody likes them.
Yeah.
They're hippies. They're dirty forest hippies.
And I look at him and I go, no one likes you, see?
You like my blade enough.
Whoa.
Whoa.
If JR is going to get killed, I volunteer as tribute.
Where would we find these wild men?
He says to the southeast, I believe, along the road. They interfere with the logging, and it's. I can't see any reason why somebody would want to upset the Baroness's control.
Well, if they interfere with the logging, and clearly the Baroness's control revolves around the logging, then it would seem, ergo sumum, it's these guys. So let's go jack them up.
After I recover my bow and listen to this and take a few pulls off of my flask, would I have anything in my rangering wisdom to make me suspect that the wild men might not be capable of such sophisticated action, or would I have any doubts about the possibility?
If they had a shaman, that's one thing. Just being able to, like, this stone, you've never seen anything like this.
Would I know enough from experience to think maybe this is the stones are above their magical pay grade?
If they had access to a shaman who was powerful enough, they might.
But stretching,
might be able to get something like this. But having what do you call it? Having just this mind control on this level, this many.
Yeah.
There were dozens of people who went missing over the last couple of weeks. You found maybe a quarter of that. So where are the rest of them?
I kind of voiced some doubt about the wild men. I mean, it's a possibility, instinctively, yes, but this is some pretty bad juju.
Are there any tracks that lead anywhere?
You'd have to ask your ringer.
Okay, first I'm going to check the Baroness's men, their bodies, for anything of
the Baroness's men. They're all carrying axes and
nothing in their pockets.
They have a smattering of gold between them, like about 5 gold and a couple of pieces of
profit,
copper, mostly copper, like pennies and stuff.
I'm going to take one of the axes.
They're not garbage, so they're well made.
So I'm armed against the fucking trees now.
2 minutes, 2 hours and 17.
Fuck you, trees!
So I have that as my ringtone.
Yeah, trees are natural. I'm a dwarf. I don't like trees.
Dude, I'm telling you, the whole reason I even do D&D online in the first place, so I can record some of the things you guys say and use them as ringtones to annoy my friends.
Or blackmail.
Or
blackmail.
Trees.
After I check the bodies, I'm going to start looking around for signs of trails or anything else of value, and I rolled an 11.
Okay. So yeah, they have axes. They have what do you call it? Some gold in between them. One guy has a map.
Okay.
It's a map. It's a map. It's a map. It's a map.
What do I see when I unfurl this map? And
it's of the area. And you know from work, you're not originally from here. You were working some of the sea, working the area around some of the sea when you heard about this call for rangers and people who were stalwart adventurers to come in and help with these missing people. But you heard tale of one of the oldest trees in the Caledon. This tree was like ancient before men came to this area, and it was usually protected by the men of Woodwitch. It was protected by the Rangers of Stalwart Pines, and there's kind of an X marking the spot where this tree should be on this map. And there's some notes.
I can't read.
I mean, you can follow the trail well enough.
Yeah,
I can read the notes.
I eat crayons. Here, read the notes.
I read the notes and I say, first off, it says that orcs are stupid.
I will bare my teeth at him. Growl.
They broke when you went down the hill.
And you can't sit with that.
Down,
threatening
boy.
with
We're
a
going to
rock.
shoot you. We'll put you down. Behave.
What do the notes say?
Encounter, convert, return.
And the return
Is the
Yeah,
X.
yes.
I'm smart.
I'll hand the map back to the ranger and say, lead us to this X.
This way. We have trees to cut down.
All right, so he's like, this way, and
And
as
I
he's walking,
this way,
your friend the Black Knight just turns you around. So you guys, make it out, and as you're passing by the twin stones, the Black Knight. So you had those two stones that collided.
Mhm.
As he passes between, like he kind of like walks between them. They were a few feet away from each other, and as he does, his armor falls to the ground.
Ah! No!
But there's nothing in it. Like there's no person. It's just the armor just breaks apart and falls into separate pieces all over the
Oh, it's a
ground.
Rubik Marine.
Holy shit.
That's not so. Like, is he still located between them?
No, there's nothing there. The armor it just came apart.
He was
Right.
his
in-
weapon.
But the armor, like, but it's still laying between the two stones.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna get like a stick and push the armor out of the way of the stones.
Okay.
And
I'm going to
then
look at the armor and I'm going to say it's just a flesh wound.
I'm gonna take my
I've
ring.
been waiting all night.
I'm gonna take the ring and put it on the gauntlet.
Okay. It actually there's this weird vibration that happens to the ring. As you go to put it on the gauntlet, it enlarges to fit on the gauntlet, but nothing happens. It's just sitting there faintly glowing.
Okay.
Maybe I have to leave it on longer.
I will take the ring off, and I will tell the two rangers to pick up all this armor.
They're like, can you untie us first?
I guess. Are you gonna be good?
We didn't intend to be bad the first time.
Okay, but you did stuff. You did murder. How do you feel?
I did not. Oh crap! We'll be good.
Okay.
All right, you untie them. They start like collecting up the armor.
Sweet. Okay. Let us continue.
All right. The the ranger. So Kane tells you it's gonna be a trek.
Okay.
So you guys might want to make camp for the night.
Oh God.
Then I suggest we make camp. We make camp.
All right. Nothing happens. It's very uneventful. You make it a good distance to where you have to go, and then you guys make camp. While you guys are kind of hanging out, Fox, you get a sensation that you're being watched from the wood line.
Like with these eyes that I have.
Yes, with those eyes.
And since I have no teeth, I'm just drinking barley water.
From your boot, because you're smelly and stupid.
I was shocked he wasn't drinking his own urine.
You mean it's not
That's the after party.
the after party?
Well, while the orc is being orcish, I will tell Prometheus that I sense there's something out there.
All right. Then let's send out our ranger and our thief and the orc to like ambush it and get it. And we'll just stay here and drink and act like everything's cool.
Yeah, puppers. Yeah, puppers.
So are you?
We'll do this sort of dumb show of like not letting on. So I'll go to Sparky or Kane and Leona, and I'll say, we need you to stick. So like there's someone out there watching us, and I'll kind of like turn away from that, and I'll draw like a map on my chest and say, we need you to go out there and stealth and get this dude, whoever it is.
We can do that.
I know you can. That's why I came to you.
See, and I have an idea. We'll use the orc as bait. We'll send him ahead. The rogue can hide in the shadows and be real close to him. So if they grab him, she can backstab, and I can come over and stab him in the back.
And I turn to the orc and
Detect evil first?
You want to detect evil?
Yeah, what if they're not evil?
All right. Hold on. So you, what do you call it? You're listening to this plan. You cast the spell. You don't get evil return to you. You get more like a balance. So some savage, some placid, a balance.
Wild men, then.
Possible.
And then I'm going to go to the orc and I'm going to say, once our two scouts are out and flanking this target, I want you to go out to the tree line like you're going to do that thing where you like molest a tree or something. That's what you do because you're stupid. And then you just walk straight towards it like you're drunk, which is normal because you're a loser. Can you do that for me?
I will kill you in your sleep. After.
Good. Okay. So I'll send my two flanking elements out, and then I'll have dumb guy walk towards it. And then hopefully they'll shoot him and rid us of it.
Mama said I was smart.
Mama, I like the foosball.
That's a lie. That's a lie because you never knew your mother.
Wait, do we have any crayons to draw out the plan for the orc?
I have some chalk.
Yeah, I have chalk too. Yeah. We can give him a chalk plan if
I have a knife where we can carve it into his head.
Make undistinguished grunts. He'll get the picture.
Yeah. All right, so Leona, go ahead and give me a hide in shadows. And Sparky, I need a wisdom check.
That's not the right dice.
I hope that everybody who's watching this channel and is all about, being nice to all the races is truly offended by our treatment of the
you know what they're truly inspired by?
Except for gnomes. We don't care about gnomes.
We're the only D&D stream that gives you animals. Real life.
I rolled a 5.
That should be a calendar. RPG players cuddling with puppies.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Make $1 billion.
Sanokin could be Mr. January.
That's 22.
But real quick, let's see where to go. Just wanted to say thank you to some people out there for running a follow and also doing some subscriptions. So
nice.
We've had a couple over the course of the show. Wolf's Dad is following us. Tall Fire is following us. Sanokin resubscribed. Love it, dude. All Odie followed us. Freddie LaChance followed us. Old Time Tavern subscriptions. Appreciate it, man.
Freddie LaChance sounds like some sort of international famous playboy. I'm Freddie LaChance. When I'm not winging it to the coast, I watch D&D streams.
You know he's going to make that his ringtone now, right?
Exactly.
All right. So you guys go out and then start like flanking. You meld with the shadows. Ninja. Yeah, you go all ninja on it. The orc starts traipsing through the wood line. I'm an orc. I'm supposed to be cracking stuff.
Orc.
Sing an orc song loudly.
It's like that. It's like that scene in the movie Blight when Will Smith looks over to the orc. And he's like, "What kind of music do you like to listen to?" And the orc is like Swedish Viking death metal. And he's like, "Nope, we're not doing that." Nope.
That sounds appealing.
So after a few minutes, you guys are making the rounds, and Kane, in your ear, you hear, "Why are you sneaking, brother?"
As he poo-poos himself.
Yeah. I should do what I did last time that happened and just shoot and I almost shot the wrong person. But if I turn, is there anybody there?
You hear like the sound of bees moving away at a high like a high rate of speed, and then you hear, "What is the distance and damage? Why are you dancing in the moonlight? What is this that you bring to me tonight?"
I should have drank more tonight.
Wants
I say
each.
that.
She says, "Is the orc food? Shall I eat it?"
Yes.
"I shall eat it then. If you say it is food, brother, I shall eat it." And it's a woman's voice, and it's playful, like mischievous.
Would a wisdom check reveal anything about this? Would I?
Do you have on those secondary skills? Do you have anything like animal lore or anything like that? Local history?
No, just survival.
The wisdom check reveals that you're passing up a golden opportunity to shed yourself of an orc.
Well, I didn't. No, yeah, I didn't say I was going to, harm him. Not before.
So you hear that buzzing of bees, and you hear, "Oh my goodness! It has been so long since I've tasted real flesh." She's like, "I shall kill it. I shall eat it, and I shall present its bones to you. Be right back. Ta-ta."
It's a wisp.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm looking for a wisdom check. But if I don't know what it is, I'm like,
all you hear is the sound of bees.
Pull out your monster manual and try to look it up.
Wait a minute, this is chainmail, wrong book.
While you guys are all sitting there around the fire, you hear Fox hears, "Excuse me, brother."
Yes, who is there?
And it's just like a voice hovering right behind your ear. Prometheus is sitting close, and he hears the sound of bees buzzing. You hear, "I have a sister out in the woodline, desiring the tasty flesh of an orc. The brother of the woods has said that orc is fair game. Just confirming."
Generally, I would say someone traveling with us is of the good sort, but orcs are always questionable.
He says,
I'm not quite certain he is good, truly in his heart good. So maybe we should find out.
"Find out if he's good? Tests. We love tests. We shall test him before we eat him." And then there's the sound of bees again.
Were you talking to bees? I say, as I sit there eating my rations. Did the bees want to kill the orc? Because I'd have told them to do it. I wouldn't have even hesitated between bites to say it. I would have said it with my mouth full. I was a go for it.
I don't know what it was.
It doesn't matter. It was
could have just been
the
a spirit of
orc.
the forest.
He smells. He's never showered.
So John Spartan,
He
you are
farts
walking
all the
out-
time. All the time. That's why he
Rained
provides a
just
good
last
security.
week.
Have you ever walked the ghastly orc? Make the
You're
world
walking.
a better place and kill orcs.
You're walking amongst the trees, and you come across what looks like a fawn caught in some wire. looks like it might have run through a fence, like a farmer's fence,
Okay.
and the wire is wrapped around its lower feet. So it's all tangled. It managed to get this far. You can see a drag mark. It's bleeding, it's hurt, and it's mewling. What do you do?
I mean, I haven't even told you yet. They made me work through dinner, so I'm going to grab my blade and finish the coup de grace.
How do you do it?
I have
Monster!
I do it fast and good.
I have my long sword, so I just walk up and cleave the head from the body.
All right.
Orc.
When you do that,
He killed Bambi.
You hit grass and reeds, and nothing's there.
Dumb orc.
Orc was hungry.
Orc think with stomach.
You continue through.
Orc
Yeah.
had no brain.
Munching on some dry rations as I go, because I'm gnawing with no teeth.
You go a couple more steps, and then you see what looks like a kid, and they're like wrapped around with their arms wrapped around their knees, and they're rocking back and forth.
Eat the kid.
Save versus being an orc.
I walk up to and see if it's. Well, would I be able to reason with my intelligence and wisdom that this could be?
You have no reason or intelligence. You're just an orc.
I have stats, I read the player's handbook.
I'm not an NPC. I have stats. Damn it.
Prove it.
Oh, it's too bad that this isn't an ongoing game. I would have been handing out so many like character rewards. Go ahead. What do you do?
I'm gonna walk up slowly and offer some of the dry rations I was eating. Alfred the boy.
The boy stands up and then stands up 2 to 3 feet taller than you are. As its limbs extend and become very, very skeletal. The humming of bees is like all throughout your senses, and you hear, "Damn, a merciful death to a creature fallen, and mercy to a child lost. Be well, orc, lest we eat you next time.
Oh.
Tell the one of the forest, get there quickly. They're coming."
And I look around trying to figure out who's talking to me.
Well, the boy disappears. He breaks into a swarm of bees and just flies in all directions.
Yeah,
Okay.
Maybe if you took your finger out of your nose, you'd be able to see better.
So I turn around and I head back to the camp.
All right. You tell them what you saw?
And I tell them what I saw.
I'm like, holy shit, you're still alive?
I'll eat you next.
Do you give the
Yes,
worker of the
information
forest the
on.
message?
I do.
All right.
I'm
So
assuming
Fox,
that's Kane.
Fox.
Oh,
So he is a priest of a nature god, and you kind of hear the message that he thinks is for Kane, and you're like, "Oh crap, we can't break for camp. We gotta hurry."
We should go. I think we should go now.
We should go fast.
It doesn't feel right here.
Like I bet we should go fast like we just ate a Taco Bell. Or had some gas station sushi.
Oh God.
Well, I've eten and I'm good. And I loathe like listening to the orc fart all night. So and maybe there's still a chance that you'll die badly. I'll be able to laugh.
I continue to hide in the shadows and hope to God the stench does not penetrate shadows.
Oh my God! I think you
I
killed
think
somebody.
we're killing.
I killed. Yeah.
All right. So,
Goddamn comic cough.
all right. So you guys, as you guys start packing up camp, the kids that are carrying the armor are like, "Do we have to go too, or can we go back?"
No.
Yes, no, you have to. You work for me now forever. You're pretty much my slaves. You should get used to it.
Wait, what? Well, when did this happen?
I rescued you. That's how it works here. Really? You're going to go back to the Rangers? What happened? What happened to you out there? Oh, we got ensorcelled, and then we went on a killing spree. You think they want you in their lives? They're probably going to smother you in a bog. The safest place you'll ever be is with me.
They're Rangers. They're good.
You're not. You're horrible. You're tainted. Look, here's my sword. I pull out my sword and I go, sword detect evil, and then I start shaking it at them. Like,
The other kid who hasn't said anything yet is like, "Oh my God, we're evil."
Well, they volunteered to be in a forest. Of course, they're evil. Only evil people go into forests.
So
It's full of trees.
I give you a
and he's a holy man. You want to get rid of that evil, you'll find a way to like purge it by serving me and making me a great person or something.
So you guys start stumbling.
Right, Conrad? Right? I've helped you.
He's like, I wouldn't be the man I am today. And he goes on this long diatribe.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, so you guys start moving through the forest.
I've only been playing this game for 2 hours. I have 2 gems and 3 slaves. I think I'm pretty good at D&D.
So you come upon the space where this giant tree is supposed to be, and all you have is an enormous stump, like somebody cut it down.
Oh man!
No wonder the boys are mad.
And instead, you have just this giant tree with all its tree stump with all its roots hanging out, and flames periodically coming up through the branches. And in the center is a much larger version of that stone you guys encountered.
Okay. So we should put out the flames and we should try to get that gem to stop doing what it's doing.
I say we throw the orc at it.
Yeah.
Maybe the orc could run up and try to push it off the stump. Orc? That seems like a good plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Cover me while I move.
Conrad looks at you and goes, "It worked for me the first time."
Yeah, see?
I put my hand to get. Well, I don't actually touch his hand because he's dirty in the orc. I just like hold my hand above it, like, "May the goddess bless you," and like, "You're blessed. Go for it."
Why
All right.
not?
So you're gonna do it. You're gonna throw the stump off.
Yeah.
All right. So
let's make a saving throw.
What could possibly go wrong?
You make it up to here. Let's, zoom in a little bit.
Your last action before you die.
You make it up to here.
We
and
believe
then
in you.
Right in front of you, this guy pops up.
Oh hell!
He's nobody. He's nobody. You're an orc, man. You're a sexy beast. Take him out.
You are full of potential because of thousands of years of oppression. You have a low self-esteem. So shrug that shit off and go up there and do your job and be the big, beautiful green orc that you were born to be.
He says,
also bold.
He's got a voice that sounds like multiple people speaking at once, and he says, "How are you not under my control?"
Me too stupid.
The orc is best.
Orc.
I should have played the orc too.
What do you say, JR?
I just keep running at him. I don't answer. I just keep charging into him.
God.
And push him and the ball over.
Do it or I'll yell, JR.
Make a saving throw.
What'll a 19 get me?
You take a single point of damage as you run into a barrier.
Bong.
Right where the black meets the brown, so the scorched part of the tree, there's some sort of invisible barrier there.
Okay.
You hit it and bounce off.
I'm glad I didn't do that.
As planned. That's what I holler back. That didn't go as planned.
All right,
Ram
what
it
do you guys
head
do?
first.
All right, I will walk up to this creature and talk to it.
No, I'll go with him.
He says, "More creatures not under my control."
No, are you kidding? I'm Prometheus. I'm under no one's control.
He's what they call a rock star in his world. I
Yep,
don't know what that
pretty
is.
much.
He says, "What are you doing here, and what do you want?"
Well, I need to find all those people that are missing. That's the first thing.
That's simple enough.
All right.
I
Where
can
are
help
they
you with that.
Where are they at?
Allow me to show you.
Uh-oh.
They're everywhere.
He goes like that, and just people start standing up from the roots. But they're not like normal. Their skin looks like it's almost calcified. Like it's taking on the qualities of the bark of the tree. They just keep standing up and standing up. And he says, "You found them. Now what?"
Sweet. I need you to release them from whatever you've done to them because I have to take them back to the Baroness and get my 100 gold per.
Done. Although not all the way according to your description.
Well, you know.
He says, "Take them. Take them back to the Baroness." He goes, "Claim your reward." Walk away.
And then I probably have to kill you.
Good luck.
Okay. Do you want to tell me what you're doing here so that I can explain that to her when I had to kill you?
Oh, neighboring territory, because you're not going to survive this. Neighboring territory paid me
Okay.
to bring down this rock from the heavens,
Right.
steal its power,
Yes.
use it to tear the very fiber of earth from the roots of this tree,
Right.
and use it to enslave a bunch of people who I would have massacred multiple towns with, and then blamed it on the wild men.
Interesting. That's a very good plan. So it was a foreign element that put you up to all this.
Yes, and when Woodwitch was sufficiently weakened by going after all the wild men, the other township would come in and basically tear them to pieces and take over the logging operation, making much coin.
So really, you have no dog in this fight. You're just kind of, and I don't mean this disrespectfully, you're a mercenary.
I am.
Aha. You know that I'm well acquainted with violence, but
He's like, that doesn't bother me.
I'm going to offer you a BBD.
What is a BBD?
Well, where I come from, it's called the bigger, better deal.
I'm listening.
Okay. I have what I perceive to be a very powerful artifact.
Interesting. You have my attention.
And if I give you this artifact, and it's not this ring, that's mine. And it's not this intelligent sword either. That's also mine. Right.
Here. Thank you, dear.
But I've got this sort of like Black Knight thing that fell apart.
And we'll throw in the orc.
And when it's working, you can have the orc if you want. You could kill him right now if you wanted to. I wouldn't even bother. That would be like, that would actually be you working for me.
I would give you 10 gold.
But I have this bag of night here. Now, I'm not a sorcerer like you. I'm a being from another world.
Interesting.
But I could give you this artifact, and I think you probably know what to do with it. He's old magic, so I'm sure that means something to you. And then you could just fix everything here, make the people normal, take this as the pay to go screw the other people, and let me go back to the Baroness and be a big hero. Everybody else can be a hero too. And then, I don't know, maybe we all kind of work together in the future because we're here to make some trouble. But basically, instead of fighting it out and being angry, and you're going to die, trust me, or I'm going to die, but most likely you're going to die because I'm the hero. And we don't want Conrad to die. Otherwise, I can't keep this ring. Anyways, this bag of money. And I'm pretty sure with this ring, I'm not going to die either because that idiot hasn't died yet. And believe me, you've probably watched him doing some really dumb stuff. But what I'm trying to say is this bag of night, I think, is really powerful. And I think you probably know what it is, right?
I know what it is.
So is that worth the trade? That's probably better than money, right?
We have the little problem of the ring.
Right. What's wrong with it? How does the ring work into this?
No, not that ring. The ring that works that armor.
Ah, I don't have that ring.
No, you do not.
The dad has the ring.
Ah, you got it.
Ah, so close. But
And here's the other problem.
right,
Because, we've established that I'm a mercenary.
right.
We've established that somebody has hired me.
Yes.
Let's see. Where is the dolt? Yes, the dolt is back there. So that's
Oh
good.
no.
Dad hired you.
He goes,
Yeah.
you are so good at this.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so brilliant.
I
I
knew
didn't
it.
see this coming.
He says, so why don't you do this?
Okay.
Why don't you take the dolt
All right.
back to dad,
Yes.
collect your reward,
Right.
and let me finish doing what I have to do?
Why does the dad want to do all this? Why do this and then send your kid out to fix it?
See, that's the problem. The kid
He
was
wants you
supposed
to
to
be
be
heroic.
30
The hero.
leagues that way.
Oh, I see.
Idiot boy wandered into this.
Okay.
He goes, now let me just show you the situation that you're in, right?
Okay.
And he starts waving his hands, and more of these things start popping up around you.
Oh, wow. That's
He
a
says-
Tucker.
great trick.
He says, now listen, I could have dusted you 8 hours ago.
Right.
He says, did you notice that now if you look, and you're very close to these things now, they look almost armored. They're like their skin is like almost like a rhinoceros hide.
Right.
He's like, now these things, once I power them up fully, once these stones have fully drained the life out of this very ancient tree, to turn these into these monstrosities. He's like, I could have used these to kill you 8 hours ago.
Right. But they
Instead,
weren't all
I was sending out the unpowered ones who had just fallen under my control. Because you had that thing with you.
Yeah, I know. Huh. Well, I guess I could get that thing back. I could leave and I could get that thing working and I could come back.
He's like, that would make his dad very unhappy.
I know, but I don't care.
He's not my dad.
Yeah. Like, do you want the dad's ring, right?
I want the dad's money.
Okay. Well,
Turn the army on the dad.
We're an impasse.
does anybody have a plan?
What if we set the tree on fire?
Hold on. Naya, go ahead.
Can I levitate the stone from the tree or charm the guy?
You want to try and charm him?
Well, it's either charm him or levitate the stone.
I would say levitate the stone.
Let's do that.
All
So we
right.
can disconnect it.
So you stand back, start casting with your hand, and the stone starts like there's a heavy crunch, and you hear the stone start levitating, or not hear it, but like you see it levitating, pulling itself free from the tree. He looks at it and he goes, "Oh, well, that's new." What
It's
are
levitating
you hoping,
itself.
What
Wow.
are you hoping to accomplish?
I'm just standing
Drop
here.
it on him.
Well, I think you gave it away when you said the stone is powering everybody up by sucking the life from the tree, and now it's not connected to the tree. What if she dropped the stone on you and sucked your power out?
He goes, that would suck. And he like looks down at the tree. And he's like, oh crap. this fire goes out, and as it raises more, you're just gonna continue to let it levitate.
Why don't I drop it on the bad guy?
You try and drop it on him.
Yeah, why not?
Yes.
It's not like it's not like an attack. It's if you're gonna try and drop it on him, you're gonna have to talk him backwards under it because you have no way to
Control it.
aim it.
Okay, well, I don't want it to be in the tree.
Can she levitate it away from the tree and drop it somewhere else?
Nope, because it only raises
It's
up.
just
Up and down. She can't move it side to side.
well, maybe levitate it higher. Maybe the further away it is.
So as you guys are talking, as you guys are kind of trying to discuss, that fire goes out, and all these guys fall back into the roots.
Oh no, you're in big trouble. I sure hope someone doesn't tell Conrad to kill you for his god.
He goes,
Wait,
like,
wait, my sword is talking.
he
I
goes,
pull my sword out and say, "Mine's talking to me too."
he goes,
and I
okay,
tap it against
all
the
right,
barrier.
so maybe we'll talk because I've been using a lot of heavy magic today, and I'm not really ready for a big fight. So why don't you guys just hold on a second? And as you're saying that, that fire goes out. And all these guys fall.
I give Prometheus the look of like, let's do him. But in a violent way, not a sexual way. Sorry.
Conrad?
Says, yes, sir.
You must slay this for your god.
Slay this foul fiend.
He grabs the hilt of the sword, and these guys all rush him.
That's not good.
Is the barrier down?
No, they weren't behind it.
No. I'm just saying, is the barrier in front of me down if I kind of tow it?
It's not down, but it's not as solid as it was when John Spartan hit it.
Could I see that visually?
Well, you see him put his toe on the scorched part of the tree.
Okay.
On
my turn, I advance.
Am I within range to make a melee attack?
Yeah, once again, the barrier is flimsy, but it's holding.
So maybe.
So he starts like rummaging. He's got a couple of tubes hanging at his belt, and he unscrews one. He's like, "No, that one I used." Right?
I think your barrier is dropping. I think
he's like,
I would stand back. I think it's going to drop. I would stand back because this orc, get ready. You're going to redeem yourself. We're coming through, buddy.
So he's like, "Oh my god!"
You better back up.
He backs up.
On him.
Do you drop it?
Not yet.
Is he under it? He's under
it.
Drop it.
All right, drop.
All right, so he's just like, that is a really big orc. He goes, why are his teeth broken? And he just pulls out this scroll, like pulls open the page, right? There is a wet smack as this stone comes on top of him. It probably weighs 1,000 pounds. There is just like broken bone and broken wood as this thing, like, you ever drop something into a cabin that is not ready to handle the weight and the boards just splinter and come up, right? Mm-hmm. Parts of that tree just come up, impale him. Just as he's about to utter his first part of a magical sentence, one of the spikes from the tree actually impales him through the soft palate and into his tongue. And he's sitting there like,
I rolled for
barrier
attack.
Drops.
I attack.
What are you doing?
We all attack.
I'm gonna make an attack with my +1 magic longsword, and I dropped a 20 on him.
Oh, give me a percentage.
79.
You like come up with like a baseball bat swing, and he's just lucid enough to like hold his arm up to stop it, and you cut his arm clean through, hit him in the face, shattering all these teeth, right, and just turning it, and you hear his neck break.
Oops.
And there's like little twitches of the corpse as he's
I
sitting there.
bend down and I go, "See, I told you you're gonna die."
Oh.
So later on, you guys like
With his last bit of strength, he goes,
you guys walk back into camp hours later, leading almost like 30, 40 dudes who's like still there. Some of them are still peeling the bark off their skin and stuff like that. You got the two kids holding the armor. You walk into the town, and the head dude who had talked to everybody is like, "You found them. You really found them."
"Yeah, that's what you sent us to do. We're heroes. That's what we do.
We're professionals.
He's like, "We're going to owe you a lot of gold."
You really are going to owe us a lot of gold."
And
He
magic
says-
items. We worked really hard for this.
What was it that caused these men to disappear?
There was a mercenary sorcerer of great power working for a political entity adjacent to you. And I probably should only tell the Baroness who that is.
He goes,
Some guy named Marks.
He's like, could there be spies, political affiliations that we're not aware of? I mean, what?
Probably.
Probably.
So get you an audience with the Baroness right away.
She would probably want to hear who it is.
And you hear in your head from your sword, I'm sure that's really what you're going to try and sell her. I love the grill as the thing. And that's when the credits roll, as you guys are starting to drop a whole bag of money and stuff like that. So we want to thank everybody for coming out. And what'd you guys think?
That was
I
awesome.
thought it was brilliant. I thought it was fun. It had a great sense of humor, and the plot twist was great. And you know what, Naya, you did an outstanding job. You saved it. Thank you.
Yeah, you delivered us when we all ran out of ideas.
Thank you very much. I had fun.
We'll have to get you. We'll have to get you a microphone so that we can stop muting you all the time.
Well, yeah, I need a headset and dice and all that crap.
We'll talk.
We'll get you set up.
So thoughts? Something to improve? Something to what do you call it? What should we keep? What should we throw away?
I mean, if we could have killed the orc, that would have definitely been
Yeah, we really wanted that.
If we could have humiliated him more,
just out of
Killing you in your sleep is still a
Yeah.
viable option for these characters.
Oh. What actually was the mercenary guy? Just was it actually a particular monster type, or is it a Walt brew?
The armor?
Well, actually,
the sorcerer, the mercenary.
Oh, the
sorcerer.
sorcerer.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the sorcerer was a very high level magic user, and when you convinced him to back up,
Mhm.
because originally, when I originally tested this adventure, he wasted. I had to play this a couple of times with some army friends. He killed the party 3 times.
Wow.
But they were trying to like take him on. The first time they tried to kill like all
Brute
the
force.
captured people, and they just kept coming, and they eventually got worn down, and that was it.
I mean, maybe if we had our running characters with some machine guns, maybe.
One guy
My
figured it
harpoon
out.
gun.
We had one guy who was playing a druid, and he caused a rainstorm. And when you put the fires out, it caused the gem to get weaker. Eventually, they put all the fires out. Everybody dropped, and then the shield dropped, and they went in and they thunder humped him out of existence. But they never found out they didn't find out the connection between the paladin and the mercenary. So yeah, we play tested this end battle because I wanted to make sure that like it wouldn't have bothered me if some of you died, but like for a whole TPK, that's a little.
Any insights we may have missed on the Black Knight's armor?
He is actually your best steerable asset. And so we ran this through once to try it out with my playtest group that helps me with RPG products. And they figured out that he was there to protect the kid. So they were doing a lot what you guys were doing. They kept sending the kid in to get in trouble. Right. Well, the knight's not really worried about him dying because the ring would bring him back. He was worried about like him dying and somebody taking off the ring. So they started like directing him into more and more dangerous confrontations. So like when they got to that area with the where you guys were, it's this one right here. When you guys are set, come on. So it's you guys got into not that one, this one. When you were at the Broken Fortress, they originally convinced him. They were like, because they dealt with the dude that was up here, and they said, "Look, we'll hold these guys. We'll hold the line right in through here, sneak all the way around, and come at them through this like water point." Well, there was like 4 dudes there, so the kid got like he got axe murdered. Which prompted the knight to move forward and just waste everybody. And then they were like, "Oh." So yeah, that's the thing with him. So it was just a Dragon Magazine article mixed with a variation of the skeletal warrior from Fiend Folio.
Cool.
Oh, so he's a skeletal warrior.
Yep. Basically, so instead of skeletal warrior, a ghostly warrior. So same concept, but a ghost. So that because in one of the playtests, they were collecting the stones they were finding. They kept pulling them down, and it draws off life energy. But the problem is, it interrupts the connection. I wrote it so that it would interrupt the connection because they kept figuring out. You put the kid in trouble, the knight will follow. So it was a way for me to get rid of the knight halfway through, so that everybody's like it's fine, we'll just send in the Black Knight and he'll kick everybody's ass, and then the knight falls and you're surrounded by enemies. Like, oh crap, bad idea.
The thing whispering into my ear in the bee thing, was that a wisp?
A type of fae.
I figure it is either that or some sort of fae.
Yeah, so I'm really glad you guys had a good time. Everybody had a good time, I hope.
Had a great time. Great
Awesome.
Friday night.
Thank you so much for coming. And thank you so much for Jay for hosting Greyhawk Con. So if you're just tuning in now, don't forget they're going to be streaming all weekend on Twitch. They got 4 channels going at once. A lot of time going on. Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate that. There's a lot of stuff going on all weekend. They're going to have panels. They're going to have all sorts of craziness. So tune in, show those guys some love, and we'll catch you next time when sci-fi writers are playing old school D&D.